Henderson State University is one of the most affordable universities in Arkansas, and we offer the most competitive scholarships in the state.
Our caring professors will challenge you to achieve your best potential.
With more than 90 student organizations, new residence halls, and the beautiful Great Lake State Park just 15 minutes away, you will find the perfect fit at Henderson State.
Come see us in Arkadelphia or visit hsu.edu to learn how you can live ready today.
KDEL 100.9 FM and KVRC 1340 AM Arkadelphia. KZYP 1310 AM and K281CK 104.1 Malvern. KYXK 106.9 FM Gurdon.
This is Coach Jill Thomas.
This is Coach Jimmy Elgis, and you're listening to Ready Basketball.
It's time for Reddies Basketball on the Henderson State Sports Network. Reddies Basketball is brought to you by Brookshire's, Chicken Express, Domino's, Java Primo, Print Mania, Holiday Inn of Caddo Valley, Ready Bookstore. Reddies Basketball also brought to you by Southern Bancorp, The Plaza at Twin Rivers, SCM Architects, Slim and Shorties, Sodexo, Southwest Auto Collection, Southwest Sporting Goods, and Wendy's. Now, let's head courtside to the voice of the Reddies, Cyrus Wittig.
Welcome back to Arkadelphia, to the campus of Henderson State University, to the Duke Well Center, and to the Domino's pregame shows. We get ready to bring you another edition of the Battle of the Ravine. Your Henderson State Reddies will host the Ouachita Baptist Tigers tonight. I'm Cyrus Wittig. I'm joined by my broadcast partner, David Sally, and you are listening to the Domino's pregame show. While listening to Reddies basketball, why not enjoy a fresh, hot Domino's pizza? Pick up a pizza at 3120 Pine Street in Arkadelphia by giving Domino's a call at 870-246-3131 or order online at www.domino's.com. Domino's Pizza is a proud sponsor of Henderson State Athletics. Well, David, this OBU team, took a little bit of time to get things going this year, but arguably had their best win of the season just 48 hours ago when they beat Southern Arkansas handily at home. They won by a score of 73-59 over the Mule Riders, and Mule Riders have been excellent this season. OBU has been getting better and better as the season has gone on. The matchup between the Reddies and the Tigers have gotten tighter, and I'm sure OBU will be giving Henderson State all they can take here in this one.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good team that's getting better. They played really well on Saturday, definitely one of their best wins of the year, beating Southern Arkansas 73-59 in Magnolia, no less. It was certainly by far their best defensive outing of the year. Southern Arkansas shot just 32% from the floor, so a dominating defensive effort from Ouachita, who really is not a team that's super well known for their defense. They rank last in the league in field goal percentage defense and three-point field goal percentage defense. Opponents have shot over 50% 8 times against OBU this year, but they tuned it up on Saturday against SAU, so I'd look for them to do that again here in this game today. A rivalry game, intensity is always high, effort's a little bit higher than it might be normally, and I think Ouachita, they may have found their defensive footing on Saturday.
No, you're absolutely right, David. I think it was more of the same, honestly, for Ouachita Baptist. You look at their first 6 games of the season where teams were pretty much getting everything they wanted offensively. Ouachita Baptist allowed 81 points per game in their first 6, but they've allowed just 66 points per game in their last 6. So it's been a different team defensively for Ouachita Baptist. That was evident. Henderson State scored 96 in the first meeting, but then just scored 59 in the second meeting. Henderson State won both those games, but it was a totally different team, totally different performance offensively for the Reddies. So hopefully Henderson State can get their offense going again tonight.
Certainly, Cyrus. One thing that really excites me about this matchup, and we've already seen it twice, but we get to see it again tonight, and I think it's reinforced because of how these two guys have played, but we get to watch the stars of both of these teams go at each other tonight. On the Ouachita side, it's Kendarius Smith, who really might be, over the last few games, one of the best players in the GAC. He's scored 15 or more in 8 straight games for Ouachita. He's averaging about 18 points a game, top 10 in the GAC in scoring. And then on the other side, as Reddy fans know well, you got Raekwon Rogers, who, as of today, the reigning GAC Player of the Week. He had 23 and 11, both of which were season highs on Saturday against Arkansas Tech. So those two guys, it'll be fun to watch both of them go against each other tonight in this one.
Looking forward to it, David. Less than 12 minutes until tip. Henderson State taking on the Ouachita Baptist in the 3rd edition of the Battle over the Ravine this season. We're on the Domino's pregame show. When we come back, we'll step into the Brookshires Coaches Corner with head coach Jimmy Elgis. After that, we'll have Slim and Shorty's Keys to Victory, and finally get you set for tip with the Chicken Express starting lineups. So keep it here. It's all coming up on the Domino's pregame show on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Apparently, you've been ordering Domino's new bread twists as a decoy to keep others away from your pizza. Only you suddenly wanted more bread twists for yourself. There are worse things than choosing between either pizza or warm dunkable bread twists in flavors like Parmesan, garlic, and cinnamon, like deciding between going to the dentist or DMV. So when it comes to giving you the best tasting problem you've ever had, sorry, you're welcome.
Order any 2 or more of Domino's new bread twists or medium 2-topping pizzas for $5.99 each. 2-item minimum. Handmade pan pizzas may be extra. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
Brookshires is proud to be a supporter of Reddies basketball. Stop by your friendly local grocery for quality, convenience, and service. Score points of your own with Brookshires Your Points, saving you on groceries and fuel. Looking to change up the game? Shop Brookshires online ordering and pickup. Get free pickup and pick up your groceries in as little as 2 hours. Score big and be the MVP this season as we cheer on the HSU Reddies.
Welcome back to the Domino's pregame shows. We get you set for the Reddies home meeting with the Ouachita Baptist Tigers. It's time now for our Coaches Corner with head coach Jimmy Elgis, brought to you by Brookshires. Coach, your squad took down Arkansas Tech 83-70 on Saturday for your third win in 4 games, the sole loss coming in overtime to the division leaders. What do you think has been the biggest factor of your team really rounding into form in the last couple of weeks?
That's a great question, Cyrus. I don't know if there's one thing you can point your finger to. I think it's we met with our guys yesterday, quick turn between Tech and Ouachita, and we just keep reminding them of a handful of things, 2 or 3 things offensively and 2 or 3 things defensively. And I think offensively, I think we're taking care of the ball better. I think we only had 7 turnovers the other night, and our turnover numbers have gone substantially down during that stretch that you're referring to. I think the other thing we're doing is we're sharing the ball pretty well. I think our assist totals have gone up, and we're trying to continue to help our guys understand, they can all score, they can all make plays, but sacrificing getting a good shot for a great shot. And then defensively, I think we're guarding the ball better. I think we're keeping the ball in front of us a little bit better. Really going to have to do that tonight against a Ouachita team that's playing really well right now. But then I think we're supporting the ball well. I think we're on the wall. I think we're helping outside the lane pretty good. I think our gaps have been better. So we just try to keep it simple for the guys, focus on 2 or 3 things on offense and defense. Obviously the effort, and the playing really hard and those kinds of things have to be there every night. But we're trying to just keep the guys some details at both ends of the court to try to give them a little bit of navigation.
We talked about the Tigers' Kendarius Smith the last time these two teams met, and he's kept up his tremendous play. The Watchdog guard now averaging 19 points per game on 63% shooting in his last 7 contests. In the last meeting against Ouachita Baptist, you guys held Smith scoreless in the first half, but he scored 20 in the second. How can you slow him down for the full 40 tonight?
Yeah, it's got to be a team effort, as we always say. You got to do a great job of getting back down the floor in transition and having him score against a set defense. Once you do get your defense set, you got to let the guy that's guarding him know you got his help. Let him know you're in the gap. He's a wonderful player. He's been one of their staples the last 4 years, and that's what seniors do. When the games are tight and close in February. Your seniors are the guys that make plays. He certainly has made plays. He does it in a variety of different ways. Transition, he'll hit the offensive glass. He'll get going downhill, goes left, goes right. Just a good, versatile player. And I think against us, I think he might even hit 3 threes just on that right wing over there opposite our bench. And so playing with a lot of confidence. I think good players, when they have a lot of confidence like KD, they're even more dangerous. So limiting his touches, getting back down the floor, and getting our defense set so he sees 5 guys in front of him, I think will be critical for him.
Drake Wilkes had 11. Graham Chenault had 8 on Saturday against Arkansas Tech. Both of those season highs for each player. How important are their contributions to the ceiling of this ball club?
Yeah, huge. You're only as good as whatever it is, 1 through 15. Those guys are obviously who play minutes. They're not the bottom guys by any stretch. They're guys that come in and we need them to contribute. We need everybody to contribute. But 1 through 15, guys got to be ready. And we tell them all the time, you just never know when it's your time to shine. And Graham's come in. He's got some great looks. More important with anything with Graham is he's just really playing hard on the defensive end. Drake's got a little bit more extended minutes because JT's been unable to go, and he's cashed in too. He's a good player. He just hasn't played in a year and a half, and for him to just keep hanging in there and keep doing well in practice and keep cutting in the gym and getting an extra shot and being the kind of teammate that he is in a really unique season like COVID where we're not, is close together. We were talking the other day, Cyrus. By this time of year, we've had the guys at my house, half dozen times, 10 times for the Super Bowl, for just what we haven't been able to do that because of COVID. And so our team, while we're very close, it's just a unique year. And so for someone like Drake, who's just got 1 year under his belt with us, for him to be producing like he is really rewarding, I'm sure, for him. Grammy, all those guys. All those guys have given us some substantial minutes, and we need continued production from everybody, not just, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th guy, starters. Anybody that enters the game's got to give us positive, energetic minutes and play their tails off, and I think that will allow us to reach our ceiling.
I appreciate the time, Coach. Best of luck against the Tigers.
Yeah, thank you, Cyrus.
That was today's Brookshire's Coaches Corner with head coach Jimmy Elgus. Stop by your local Brookshire's for quality, convenience, and service. And stick around. There's much more to come right here in the Domino's pregame show on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Close your eyes. Unless you're driving. Then that's dangerous. But everyone else, close your eyes. Picture this. It's a Monday afternoon. You're standing at the counter at Domino's as they hand over a delicious, cheesy, melty, hot, large, 3-topping pizza. You hand the smiling Domino's employee $7.99, plus tax, of course, of your hard-earned cheddar. You feel invigorated and alive. Now, picture this. It's a Friday. You're standing at the counter at Domino's as they hand over a delicious, cheesy, melty, hot, large, 3-topping pizza. You hand the same Domino's employee more cash than you did on Monday? But that doesn't make any sense. But then, a radio commercial comes from on high and says,
Domino's is now extending its $7.99 large 3-topping carryout deal to all day, every day.
You fist pump into the air, punching the roof of your car. You are alive again, but your fist hurts. But you're still thinking about Domino's. Carryout only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary.
Follow the Reddies on social media. You can find us on Facebook at Henderson State Athletics, on Twitter at Reddy Athletics, and on Instagram at Reddy_Athletics. Don't forget to use the hashtag #NoMereBeast.
Brookshire's is proud to be a supporter of Reddies basketball. Stop by your friendly local grocery for quality, convenience, and service. Score points of your own with Brookshire's Your Points, saving you on groceries and fuel. Looking to change up the game? Shop Brookshire's online ordering and pickup. Get free pickup and pick up your groceries in as little as 2 hours. Score big and be the MVP this season as we cheer on the HSU Reddies.
Welcome back to the Duke Well Center. Just a few minutes before we tip off another edition of the Battle of the Ravine, Henderson State. David, it's pretty close now in the all-time series. The Reddies have won 6 in a row in this series, and if they win tonight, they'll be just one off, making this a 500 series all-time. These teams have met more than 200 times. Right now, Ouachita leads the series 107-105, but it's getting pretty tight now. What do the Reddies need to do in order to get one step closer to tying the all-time series?
I think really we saw what they did the first 2 matchups. First matchup, blowout. They shot the absolute you-know-what out of the ball, Cyrus. They really were on fire. They hit 14 3-pointers in that game, by far their best shooting game of the season. Second matchup, totally different story. Ouachita really grinded it against Henderson State. That one came down to the wire. Raekwon Rogers hit a banked-in 3-pointer with about 2 minutes left, the first 3 of his entire career, and that helped Henderson kind of escape that one. Tonight, it's so hard to tell because, like we talked about, this Ouachita team has gotten a lot better, and they're playing really well. Their defense on Saturday really helped them win that game. I think it's going to be Henderson offensively. Can you revert Ouachita back to the defense that we've seen for the most part of this season, which is a defense that has at times struggled to defend the other team. If Ouachita comes out and plays the same kind of defense they played on Saturday and Henderson State can't get anything going on offense, it's going to be tough sledding. And we kind of saw this in the women's game. You beat a team so many times, eventually it's going to even out. It just sort of felt like in that women's game as things came down the home stretch that it might be Ouachita's time to beat Henderson State finally. And if you don't take matters into your own hands on the men's side, that could happen to you here tonight as well. So Henderson State I think they need to play well offensively and just do what they've been doing on defense, which is lock teams down. That's really been their identity for the second half of this year.
That was our key to victory, presented by Slim and Shorty's. Slim and Shorty's is perfect for food, friends, and fun in downtown Arkadelphia. Slim and Shorty's is open Thursday through Sunday from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Slim and Shorty's is a great place for a great time with great friends. For more information, give them a call at 870-245-2365. Now time for starting lineups presented by Chicken Express. Stop by Chicken Express after the game where you get fast and friendly service for the best quality food. Chicken Express, the home of legendary express tenders and Chicken E sweet tea. For the Ouachita Baptist Tigers, who come into this one 4-8 overall, 4-7 in conference play. David, who are their first five on the floor?
First five on the floor for Ouachita tonight, it's going to be Marvin Williams-Dunn, 6'2 freshman from Auckland, Australia. He hasn't done a whole lot in the last two meetings with HSU, just 3.5 points per game on 2 of 5 shooting. Along with him is Kendarius Smith. We talked about him, one of the best players in the GAC. He's shooting 63% in his last 7 games. He played excellent on Saturday against SAU. Davian Bankston is another starter for the Tigers. He's a 6'6 junior from Little Rock. He had 19 points in the last meeting here in this building against Henderson State. DJ Kane, the 4th starter for Ouachita. He's a 6'1 junior from Round Rock, Texas. He's just 7 of 25 in the last 2 meetings against Henderson. And the final starter is Matt Stanley, a familiar face for Ouachita. Been around a long time, a 6'8 senior from Cabot, Arkansas. And he scored 20 points against UAM on February 13th. That's his season high. Has struggled a little bit in his career against Henderson State, however.
The Reddies led by Quan Marshall, 6'2 senior out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Marshall, 4th in the GAC in steals, 8th in the league in assists. Has struggled, though, against Ouachita Baptist, just averaging 4.5 points per game on 3 of 10 combined shooting against the Tigers. Joining Marshall in the backcourt, the Brooklyn native, Xavier Davenport, 6'3 senior, transfer from Navarro College. He's also one of the best stealers of the basketball in the GAC, 7th in the league in steals at 1.5 per game. Davenport fell hard and came out of the game this past Saturday against Arkansas Tech, but came back in and scored 10 points on 4 of 8 shooting. Malik Riddle has been a little bit feast or famine against Ouachita Baptist so far this season. Riddle, 6'6 junior out of Holly Springs, Mississippi. When he feasted indeed. Best game of the season came last time HSU hosted the Tigers. Riddle went for 32 points in that game, 11 of 17 shooting, including 6 made threes, but he had a season low 7 points against Ouachita Baptist in the return meeting across the street at Bill Vining Arena. In the front court, Yuri Swinford starts for the 3rd straight time, a 6'6 junior out of Bloomington, Illinois. 6 of his season-high 12 rebounds on this past Saturday against Arkansas Tech were offensive. Swinford, 12th in the league, David, in offensive rebounds, despite the fact he only plays 17 minutes a game. So, pound for pound, one of the best offensive rebounders in the league. And then, of course, the man in the middle, Raekwon Rogers, 6'8 senior out of Little Rock, Arkansas, 14 points per game, over 8 rebounds per game, leads the Reddies in blocks, top 10 in the league in field goal percentage, rebounding, offensive rebounding, blocks, field goal percentage. He's the reigning GAC Player of the Week, put up 23 points on 7 of 11 shooting with 11 boards, 2 blocks, 2 steals, an assist, and no turnovers against Arkansas Tech on Saturday. He was a man amongst the boys. Looking forward to seeing his performance tonight.
He's certainly established himself as one of the best players in the GAC, possibly the best big man in the GAC, and we'll get to see what he does here tonight against Ouachita, a team that he's had a lot of success against in his career at Henderson State.
Rogers meets Davion Bankston at the circle, and the tip is tapped around and won by Ouachita Baptist. And for the few times Rogers has not won the tip this year, the Tigers start with it in road black uniforms with a purple stripe down the sides, purple numbers, and Tigers spelled out on the backs atop the numbers on the back of their jerseys as Kendarius Smith shows what he can do. Starts the scoring with a baseline drive. Smith again averaging 19 points per game over the last 7 contests, shooting 63%. And he gets the scoring started as the Tigers take a 2-0 lead. Other side, Henderson State has it with Malik Riddle, and he is fouled in front of the Ouachita bench. First personal, first team foul on the Tigers. That's charged to Davion Bankston, the 6'6 junior out of Little Rock, Arkansas. 2-0. Tigers lead. 40 seconds gone by here in the Duke Well Center. Henderson State looking for their 3rd straight victory. Riddle cut off at the free throw line. Gives to Davenport. Just 5 to shoot for Riddle. Riddle, rise and fire, NBA 3. Won't go. Rebound to Smith for the Tigers. Good start for OBU. Tigers have Smith in the front court. Williams done. Jabs right, moves left. Twirls back around. Skip pass deflected, but it gets to Kane. Now Smith rips through, hangs, and hits. Kendarius Smith, double pump action at the left elbow, swishes it through. He's got all 4 for the Tigers, who lead 4-0. Marshall cut off at the baseline. Now Rogers spins, right side of the lane. He hangs, he can't hit, and the Tigers rip down the rebound by way of Bankston. Ouachita Baptist racing into the front court. Kane pivoting, gives to Stanley, out of bounds. Kane forced it there. Even if you get it to Stanley, he's got his back to the basket 18 feet away. Tigers turn it over, back to the Reddies it goes. Henderson State down 4-0. The Reddies got off to a slow start on Saturday. They trailed 13-7 against Arkansas Tech, but led by 7 at halftime, 41-34 on their way to a 13-point win. The Reddies working around the arc. Left wing now, bounce past Swinford. Swinford twirls, pivots now, and bounces it to Riddle, left corner. Riddle into the lane. Riddle jump stops and pushes it in. A nice righty layup from Riddle. Deft touch. Reddies on the board with their first 2.
Would be nice to see Malik get going early. He can be a little streaky at times.
Smith pulls the 3 and puts it in. Kendarius Smith making his case for the best guard in the league. He's got 7 points. This is not the way you want to see Smith start the game if you're a Reddy fan. Smith, 3 for 3. He's done everything early. Riddle, Euro step inside and gets the roll. Another drive inside for Riddle and another finish with the right. He's got all 4 for the Reddies, who trail by 3, 7-4. 17-17 left first half. Williams done. Drives to the right elbow, kicks it to Smith. Smith has had the hot hand. Drives left side of the lane, spins back right, lost control. Marshall gets it back for the Reddies. Henderson State down 3. Rogers works it right wing to Davenport. Davenport was into double figures on Saturday against Arkansas Tech. Looking to get it going today. Rogers inside, driving dish. Marshall left corner 3. Won't fall. Riddle had the rebound knocked away, and Riddle fell hard to the floor. Gets up, but Ouachita Baptist has a 5-on-4 the other way. The 3 missed by Kane, and Davenport knocks the rebound away from Bankston and tracks it down for the Reddies, who return to the front court, down 3, 16-26 to play here in the first half. Marshall hedged by Bankston, 40 feet away. Davenport works it left wing on the GAC logo to Riddle. Riddle drives baseline. Riddle, another Euro step and another finish with the right hand. David Riddle's got it working tonight. The Holly Springs native, a little Mississippi music for the junior.
I think that's when Malik is at his best. He's a pretty good shooter, shoots about 40% from 3, which is a good percentage, but when he's silky smooth getting to the basket like that, that's when you see Malik Riddle at his absolute best.
Backdoor cut by Bankston, but Stanley can't find him. Out of bounds, it'll be returned to the Reddies when we come back. Henderson State down 1, 15:55 to play first half. You're listening to Reddies basketball on the Henderson State Sports Network.
SCM Architects have been serving Henderson State University for nearly 20 years. You'll recognize the firm's work on campus in the design of the new dining hall, the Charles Dunn Student Recreation Center, Sturgis Honors Hall, and East and West Residence Hall. This year, SCM Architects have been privileged to work on the restoration of the Caddo Center cafeteria that will house an exhibit of Native American artifacts from the Joint Educational Consortium Hodges Collection. Learn more about the firm's higher education, commercial, interior design, historic preservation, and master planning projects at scmarchitects.com.
Sodexo would like to invite you to a new dining experience on the beautiful campus of Henderson State University. Come dine with us in our new dining hall or retail locations, including Starbucks, perfect for your break times. Grab a quick lunch at Chick-fil-A, where it's always a pleasure to serve you, and check out the all-new Reddy Grill. Fresh ingredients made to order and certain to put you in that ready spirit. Sodexo, encouraging you to eat well, live ready.
KDEL 100.9 FM and KVRC 1340 AM Arkadelphia. KZYP 1310 AM and K281CK 104.1 Malvern. KYXK 106.9 FM Gurdon.
Well, David, there might be 5 on the floor for either team, but it's really been one-on-one so far. Kendarius Smith has all 7 for Ouachita Baptist, and Malik Riddle has all 6 for Henderson State, as the Reddies trail by 1 with 15:45 left here in the first half. Damian Deere into the game, handling for the first time. Spins at the free throw line, now drops it down to Yuri Swinford. He shovels it to Rogers. Now left wing Chenault. Backdoor feed to Swinford, who was tossed to the floor. A rugby tackle by the Australian Marvin Williams-Dunn.
Good form.
Yeah, I like they wrapped him up, and the foul on the floor will be the second team foul on the Tigers. First on Williams-Dunn. Henderson State to take it out from the baseline. Well, Damian Deere catch and shoot 3 from the left corner. Won't go, but the weak side rebound tracked down by Marshall for the Reddies. Marshall tries the triple. That's no good, but Deere gets it back for HSU, who tries to score with Yuri Swinford. His shot won't go. Raekwon Rogers tries to tip it in. The lid is on the basket for the Reddies as the Tigers pick it up and run the other way.
You'll live with that if you're Henderson State. Any possession where you can get 5 shots is a good possession.
Davian Bankston inside. Euro steps to the left block, leans away, and finishes. First Tiger to score, not named Kendarius Smith. OBU up 9-6. 5+ into the first half. Raekwon Rogers drops it down to Swinford. Swinford kind of fell away from the basket down low. Ouachita Baptist, though, knocks it away and out of bounds. Henderson State will retain with 20 on the shot clock, 14:46 to play first half. And Henderson State missed a lot of bunnies at the rim against Arkansas Tech on Saturday. They've missed their fair share of layups here early on.
Just 3 of 10 from the floor for Henderson State, and I don't really feel like they've taken a bad one.
Wilkes into the game for the first time, had his season high on Saturday. He had 11, all of them in the first half. Reddy's working around the arc. Wilkes gets it back. Now Deere goes to Chenault. Chenault 7 to shoot. Chenault double teamed. Working on DJ Kane. Chenault spins away. Chenault puts it up, missed everything. Great defense by the Tigers, who get it back up 3. Williams-Dunn works it into the front court. Extra pass Smith. Right wing on the Don Dyer court insignia. Smith has 7. Tigers have 9. Smith steps into a 3, missed it. Long rebound bounces out to Bankston, who resets for the Tigers and goes back to Smith, but it's intercepted by Marshall. Lazy pass by Bankston. Marshall a steal. Chenault other way for the Reddies. Catch and shoot 3, left corner, drills it. Big shot by Chenault. He's been getting off to quick starts in the last couple of games for the Reddies, as Davion Bankston appears to have limped off the floor there. So a quick injury timeout, and Ouachita Baptist will reset as they make a substitution. With the game tied at 9, 13:53 to play in the first half.
I actually spoke to Graham before the game, and I told him, man, you've been shooting it really well. He said, yeah, I just got to make a 3. I said, well, you took some good ones on Saturday. Just keep taking good ones, and he did. He made one. It's good for Graham.
DJ Kane drives inside. Pass too strong through the hands of Hobson. Chenault steals it for the Reddies. HSU goes 2-on-2. Now Marshall slows it down. Wilkes thought about the 3. Spins inside. Kicks it cross court. Deere right wing at the arc. He dribbled it off his foot. Saved it, but to a Tiger. Madarius Hobson gets it back for OBU. Smith crossing over on Chenault. Worked into trouble, lost control, gets it back. Hobson puts up the 3-line drive, won't go, it bounds over the backboard, out of play, and Henderson State gets it back. 9-9, 13-13 to play first half. The Reddies just 4 of 12 from the field. Ouachita Baptist 4 of 8 shooting the basketball.
Henderson doing a good job with turnovers, however, just 1 compared to Ouachita's 4. They did a much better job with that on Saturday, had a season-low 7 against Arkansas Tech.
Graham Chenault on the GAC logo, left wing, drive inside, stop, pop, too strong, weak side board Hobson for the Tigers. He outlets to Scarillo. Scarillo into the game for the first time. Scarillo has some great basketball roots. His father is the assistant coach of the Toronto Raptors. Far side, Kane working on Deere, and Deere put a couple hands on Kane. Foul on the floor. It'll be number 1 on the Reddies and number 1 on Deere. 12:46 left here in the first half, as the Reddies again struggling to shoot the basketball, 1 of their last 7 now.
And 4 of 13 overall, Cyrus, so another slow start here offensively for Henderson State.
Scarillo, right wing, drops it to Hobson. Hobson on the baseline, near side, 14 feet. He elevates and drills it. Hobson, a little old school NBA game right there. The mid-range working for Hobson, and the Tigers retake a 2-point lead. Damian Deere inside. Great verticality by Leon Kalinick. And the Tigers rebound with Smith. Deere off to a slow start. He's missed his first 2 shots and turned the ball over. Smith, bounce pass, gets it back. Right wing, thought about the 3. Now finds Scarillo. Top of the key, Scarillo. Long 2. Bullseye. Scarillo into the game and into the score column. Ouachita Baptist 4 in a row as we head under the 12-minute mark here in the first half. Wilkes cutting to the basket. Skip pass. Deere, right corner 3, needs it, doesn't get it. Way too strong. Wilkes, weak side board out to Chenault, left wing. He'll try the triple. That won't go. And Kalinick snares it underneath for the Tigers. Henderson State can't buy a bucket. 11:40 left. Tigers up 4, 13-9. Next whistle brings us to our under 12 media timeout. Smith, far side, left wing behind the arc. Smith, a Euro step inside, contorts, controls, and scores. Smith has 9. Ouachita Baptist up 6. Damian Deere throws it inside to Miholcic, who gathers it off the floor and scores with the right hand. Henderson State fortunate there. They'll take anything they can get offensively. The Reddies are shooting less than 30%. It's a 4-point game. Tigers had the lead and the ball. Kane has it on the Don Dyer Court logo. The right wing, Kane pulls back, fades away for 3, missed everything. Chenault saves it, not sure why. To a Tiger, Hobson tries the triple. He hits it. Graham Chenault saved it from going out of bounds. If you just let it go, it's Henderson State basketball. Instead, Ouachita Baptist says thank you very much. Medarius Hobson, it's a 3, and Ouachita Baptist leads by 7 with 10:45 left in the first half. We'll take a timeout on the Reddies Radio Network.
Was amazing coffee and so much more. Java Primo is amazing coffee and so much more. Visit Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more and discover just what more is. Friday and Saturday nights are ribeye nights. 16-plus ounces of premium bone-in French-cut ribeye steak seasoned with espresso rub and grilled to perfection. Nightly dinner menus of pizza, salmon, tuna, steaks, and more begins at 4 p.m. Located on Main Street in Arkadelphia and on Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Java Primo has a little something more just for you.
Twin Rivers Health and Rehabilitation, locally owned and operated in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Our family is committed to yours. Our experienced rehabilitation team specializes in physical, occupational, and speech therapy, all working together to get you home. Call and book a tour with us today at 870-246-6337 or visit our website at twinrivershr.com. Again, that's twinrivershr.com.
Welcome back to the Duke Well Center. It's been a great start for the Ouachita Baptist Tigers early on in the third meeting between the Tigers and the Reddies this season. Tigers shooting 61.5% from the floor, 8 of 13, limiting the Reddies to just 29.5% alternatively. Tigers up 18-11 here with 10:45 to play in the first half. Quan Marshall racing into the front court. Gives to Davenport on the right wing. He's hedged away from the basket and drops it off to Jeremiah Toney, who's making his first appearance in the last couple of games. Toney missed the last 2 Reddies outings with a lower body injury as Henderson State turns it over off the hands of Raekwon Rogers, who has not gotten going yet today. Rogers scoreless. 0 for 1 from the field as the Tigers break the press. 3-on-2, Leon Kalinick lays it up and in. A nice feed from DJ Kane, and the Tigers extend what was their largest lead to now 9. Marshall goes to Toney. Toney, 40 feet away, sets the screen for Riddle. Riddle one-hands it to Davenport. Davenport, 40 feet away, left wing, crosses over, splits a double team, gets inside, hangs and hits. What a move by Xavier Davenport, zigging and zagging on his way to his first bucket. Reddies down 7. Ouachita Baptist off to a scorching start. Kalinick, top of the key, goes to Hobson, who's 2 for 3. Kobe Dunlap, the freshman out of Greenbrier, Arkansas, handling. It's back to Scarillo. Scarillo fouled by Marshall, who was in the cylinder of Scarillo. A freshman out of Marbella, Spain. Again, Scarillo's father, assistant coach for the Toronto Raptors, has a couple of rings. One in the NBA with that championship the Raptors won a couple of years ago. Also, Scarillo, the head coach of Real Madrid, one of the European basketball powers, won a few European championships over there for Los Blancos. Other way, Kobe Dunlap's 3, halfway down and out. Reddies rebound and get it back up 7, 9:20 to play here in the first half. Marshall has it on a string, going to Davenport. Bats away Jeremiah Toney. Now gets a screen from Raekwon Rogers. Gets inside again. Won't go this time. And Ouachita Baptist runs away with it. DJ Kane gets the feed from Scarillo. His layup rejected by Riddle. Hobson offensive rebound. Dunlap goes to Kalinick. Scarillo, right wing. Scarillo picks up his dribble, had it poked away. And a foul whistled on Malik Riddle, his first, team's third. 8:55 left here in period number 1. The Reddies with just 13 points, 11-plus minutes into this ball game. Henderson State led Ouachita Baptist 27-9 in the last meeting on February 13th, and scored just 3 points in the next 8 minutes. So Henderson State against Ouachita Baptist went on a big scoring drought last time, and it's been a big scoring drought to start the whole game for the Reddies in this one. Smith back to Kalinick, baseline J from 12 feet, rattles it home. Nice two-man game between Kalinick and Smith. Kalinick has 4, 2 for 2 from the field. Reddies down 9. Davenport Euro steps and crashes to the hardwood. He'll shoot a pair as he's picked up off the deck by 3 teammates. Davenport will shoot 2. That foul on Dunlap as the X-Man tries to double his point total. He got 2, looking for 4 by way of the charity stripe.
Good aggressiveness so far here early in this game from X. He's really been one of the more active guys offensively, and he's drawn a tough assignment defensively, too. He's been primarily on Smith on the other end of the floor. For Henderson State, who's struggling from the field right now, just 6 of 19, I think you got to get Raekwon a little more involved. Just 1 shot so far in this game. He hasn't even grabbed a rebound yet, so he really hasn't gotten into the flow of this game yet. He had 23 and 11 on Saturday. I mean, he's your best player. I think you got to get him some touches here in the last 8.5 minutes of this half. You got to start to try to get him going.
Davenport, a 78% free throw shooter, gets them both. Reddies down 7. The Tigers led by as many as 9. Henderson State with a little full court pressure. Tigers break it into the front court, now right wing. Scarillo pivots behind the arc, finds Hobson, has it over his head, now dribbles at the left hip, crosses over to the right and puts it between his legs. Hobson goes to Scarillo, step back, can't get the 3 off, so he goes to Smith, who fires from the right corner. Too strong, Riddle climbs the ladder for the rebound. Riddle hustles into the front court. Davenport settles down. Riddle had 6 in the early going, drives to the right side, puts it up, puts it in. Malik Riddle making music. The junior out of the Magnolia State. Going to the line to add one more. Malik Riddle has 8. Will look to make it 9 when we come back. Reddies down 5 with 7:59 to play in the first half. You're listening to Henderson State basketball on the Reddies Radio Network.
What if you could help someone start a small business, make a family's dream of homeownership a reality, or even help a young child learn the importance of saving? By banking with Southern Bancorp, you're supporting your own financial journey and also families in your community dreaming of a brighter future. That's what it means when we say we're wealth builders for everyone, and we hope you'll join us in ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to build a brighter future. Stop by any of our locations or visit us on the web at banksouthern.com to learn more. Southern Bancorp, wealth builders for everyone. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Do you have an idea that you'd like to see on a t-shirt? Printmania can help you turn your idea into a reality. Printmania offers a variety of t-shirts for you to choose from. We also have personalized service, which will allow you to work with an artist who will help you create your t-shirt. Printmania also does embroidery and engraving. Come visit us at 624 Main Street in Arkadelphia or call 870-246-3803. Printmania, proud supporters of Henderson State University.
Welcome back to the Duke Well Center. Henderson State down 5. They'll have a chance to make it a 4-point deficit when Malik Riddle steps to the free throw line coming out of our under 8 mini timeout. It was R&R and not rest and relaxation on Saturday. It was Riddle and Rogers. Rogers had 23. Riddle had 18. And Riddle, so far, is looking for his counterpart. Riddle has 8. Rogers scoreless so far, but he can get it going in the blink of an eye. We'll have to wait a little bit longer as Rogers will sit on the bench coming out of the timeout, replaced by Yuri Swinford. Malik Riddle can't get the free throw to go, but the Reddies catch a break. It went out of the hands of Madarius Hobson and touched the end line, so the Reddies will have a chance for a 4 or maybe 5-point trip. And a bucket here of any sort makes it a 1-possession game with the Reddies down 5. Marshall to inbound. Has it over the head. Arcs it to Tony, who gives it to Davenport, far side right wing in front of the Tigers bench. Davenport back to Tony. Tony puts it on the deck inside. Offensive foul. Tony missed the last couple of games and came off the bench tonight, looking to come back into form. But that play that Tony just made has kind of been the issue that he's had this season. Tony gives you great rebounding, interior scoring, and perhaps some of the best athleticism in the league, but can be a little turnover prone at times, and the Reddies give it away for the 3rd time today. Tigers basketball, 7:40 left, first half. 5-point lead for OBU. Inside Kalinick. He goes up from the left side and scores. Nice entry feed. And Kalinick off to his best start by far in any games he's played against the Reddies so far. He's got 6, 3 for 3 from the floor. Reddies down 7. Riddle works it back to Swinford, top of the key, lays it off to Marshall. Marshall pounds the rock, spins to the right side of the lane. Davenport, right corner 3, catch and shoot, needs it and gets it. Xavier Davenport from Quan Marshall, the backcourt duo, driving and dishing, and Davenport has 7 for HSU. It's a 4-point Tigers lead. Scarillo, far side, step back, 2, won't go. It's tipped and found by Tony, who dropped it off to Marshall for the Reddies. Marshall hustles into the front court, gets around Kalinick, and they're going to get a blocking foul on the Croatian. That'll be the first on the sophomore and the 5th on the Tigers as a team. Jeremiah Tony checks out. Raekwon Rogers back in, and this is about the longest we've ever seen Raekwon Rogers go without a point, David. Rogers has not scored. 6:40 left in the first half. Henderson State will need to get him going if they want to win their 3rd consecutive game. Rogers has it, 25 feet away at the top of the key. Drops it off to Marshall. Marshall jabs right, moves left, now backs up, behind the arc left wing, inside to Rogers. Rogers drives baseline and flushes it home. Raekwon Rogers raises the roof.
And that'll do it right there, Cyrus. That's a good way to get started if you're Raekwon.
What an emphatic way to open the account for Rogers. He's got a deuce, and the Reddies are down by 2. 24-22, Tigers. Henderson State had 11 in the first 11 minutes. They've got 11 in the last 5 now. Marshall hounding narrow. Far side, Hobson. Fade away 2. Rattles it home. Madarius Hobson. He's a tough shot taker and a tough shot maker. If you're the Reddies, you got to live with that.
I was about to say, Cyrus, Ouachita, give them some credit. They've taken some shots here in the first half and hit them that you're just going to live with if you're Henderson State.
Marshall, a tough shot of his own. The bank is open on Monday night. Fades away from the left elbow. Kisses it off the window and in. Marshall with his first field goal.
And that's a good example of one that Ouachita will live with.
Dunlap on the logo. Arcs to the left side of the perimeter. Now Bankston drops it off to Narrow. Right wing. He crosses over. Now drives to the baseline. Lost control. Gives it to Hobson. Another fadeaway J for Hobson. Not this time, but it's kept alive. And it's tipped to Dunlap at the top of the key. Shot clock reset. Tigers have it. 15 on the shot clock. Dunlap catch and shoot 3. Won't go. And weak side board ripped away by Rogers. That's his first rebound. Henderson State other way. Riddle stepped on the end line, and the Reddies give it right back. 4th turnover for the Reddies. 4:54 to play in the first half, with the Tigers up 2. Henderson State brings Damian Deere back onto the floor, as well as Graham Chenault. Rogers, Swinford, and Riddle round out the 5 on the floor for HSU. Hobson down the right side of the lane, one-handed pass to the right corner. Kendarius Smith, give him all 3. He's got a dozen on the night, and he's got 1,000 points in his career.
That's just too much room for him. You can't help off that much when you're guarding him in the corner. He's going to hit that shot almost 9 times out of 10, it feels like, this season.
Swinford facing up. He thought about the 3. Picked up his dribble. Chenault back to Swinford, left block. Dribbles inside. Can't get the layup to fall, and the Tigers clean the boards. Up the court. And a mistake by Bankston. Just a errant pass there. Wasn't under pressure. Just threw it out of the catching radius of Kendarius Smith. And Smith frustrated as he was getting ready to run in transition. Smith, David, what else can you say about this guy? He has just been on a whole different level these past few weeks. 12 points today. 5 for 8 from the field. 2 for 3 from 3. Just more of the same. The dude's shooting 63% in his last 7 games, averaging 20 per contest. And he's on pace for even more than that with 4 minutes to go in the first half. Reddies are down by 5. They have the basketball. Under 4 to play. Deere, stop, pop, 14-footer. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. When we come back, 3:56 to play first half. Reddies down 5 on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Picture this. It's Monday afternoon and you're at Domino's buying a large 3-topping pizza. You give the Domino's employee $7.99 plus tax, of course. Now, picture this. It's Friday and you're at Domino's buying a large 3-topping pizza. You give the Domino's employee more than you paid Monday. You feel bamboozled. But then you hear this.
Domino's is now extending its $7.99 large 3-topping carryout deal to all day, every day.
And so you danced and ate Domino's. Carryout only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary.
The Southwest Auto Collection in Arkadelphia is a proud sponsor of Henderson State Athletics. We offer the best American-made vehicles: Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. We have the largest selection and lowest prices, and we're the only dealer who give you tires for life with every new car you purchase. Come see the Southwest Auto Collection at 10th Street in Arkadelphia, or go online at idriveswa.com. The Southwest Auto Collection in Arkadelphia.
Welcome back to the Duke Well Center. Henderson State down 5, 29-24, 3:56 left first half. And David, one of the big keys to the game coming in was, can you limit Kendarius Smith? Smith came into this one averaging 20 points per game on 63% shooting as a 6'2" guard. I mean, if you're shooting 63%, that's one thing. If you're a forward, you have a lot of shots in and around the restricted circle. But I mean, this guy's shooting 4 threes a game. He's shooting jumpers, and he's shooting 63%. It's more of the same today. 5 for 8, 12 points. He came into this one with 988 career points. Now he's got 1,000 in his career. And although we're on the other side of the aisle, it's been fun to watch Smith over the last 4 years.
It really has been. He's grown a lot from when he was a freshman. He was always a good player, really played good minutes for Ouachita even when he was a freshman. But, I mean, to see where he's gotten to now, he's a heck of a player, and he's on his A game tonight. So Henderson State is going to have to figure out a way to handle him here in the next 24-ish minutes if they want to win this game.
Out of the timeout, Damian Deere hits 2 free throws to make it a 3-point game. Lorenz Nero inside, goes to the rim and was fouled by Raekwon Rogers. May have been a little bit of a late whistle. I thought Rogers went straight up, but they're going to say he turned his body and got Nero with the hip, and Nero will be sent to the line for 2 shots.
I think that might have been a case where you see a guy hit the ground so hard, because the whistle came when he hit the ground, make no mistake. I thought Raekwon did a pretty good job of going vertical there as Nero makes the first free throw, but luckily for Henderson State, just the first foul on Raekwon. Something to keep an eye on. Raekwon at times in his career has had a little bit of an issue picking up quick, cheap fouls at times, so good to see him only have 1 at this point.
Done a much better job last few weeks of staying out of foul trouble. Reddies with the ball, down 5. Nero hits both freebies. 3:35 to play here in the first half. Ouachita Baptist extending their defense at 30, 40 feet now in the front court for the Reddies, who are looking for a shot and not going to get one on this possession. Damian Deere shuffled his feet, and it's been a rough start to this one for Deere, who has been very feast or famine all year. Deere has either 15 points or more or 2 points or less in 10 of the Reddies' 14 games. He's 0 for 3 so far, 2 turnovers for Deere, and he's really a lot of the instant offense for the Reddies off the bench. So Henderson State's going to need Deere to pick it up as we wind down the first half. Madarius Hobson, another long 2. This one won't fall. It's loose, tapped around, and found by Chenault for the Reddies. Marshall putting it behind the back, getting inside on Hobson. Won't go, kept alive by Rogers. Wilkes, no look to Chenault, top of the key. Rogers jabs, thought about the J, gives to Marshall, now Wilkes. Right wing, Wilkes drops it off to Rogers down low. Rogers up and under. Once the contact, doesn't get the call, but finishes the play, and it's back to a 3-point Tigers lead. 31-28, 2:48 to play first half.
Raekwon is so nimble down there. It always kind of surprises me when he's able to get around a guy and tiptoe the baseline for a reverse layup like that.
Kane working on Marshall, spins to the right block. Kane, dipsy-do underneath, won't go, lost it. Ready, steal it back. 3-on-3 for Marshall. Marshall picks up his dribble. Chenault, offensive foul through the offhand and turned it over. Henderson State starting to pick up a little turnover trouble last couple minutes. Now 6 giveaways for the Reddies in this one. They had 7 total turnovers on Saturday against Arkansas Tech. That offensive foul was on Chenault. It was his first. Team's 6th. Tigers basketball, they've led for the majority of this first half. They're up 3. Bankston, top of the key, looking inside for Stanley. Pass goes into Stanley from Smith. Miscommunication. Swinford steps in front and steals it back for Henderson State. Marshall rocking the headband tonight. Haven't seen him with the headgear so far this year as Damian Deere bowls over Damian Bankston inside. Going to get Bankston with the block, and they'll send Deere to the line to shoot 2 more. Deere is 2 for 2 from the line. That's where his 2 points have come from, and 2 freebies here would make this a 1-point game.
Pretty clean game so far on both sides. Neither team is in the bonus. I guess Henderson is now with that foul on Ouachita. That's the 7th team foul with 2 minutes left in the half on Ouachita. They're the first to get to the bonus on fouls, but these are just the, 7 total free throws in the game before these two. So these are the 8th and 9th free throws of the game for either side. So pretty clean game so far. Pretty well officiated game in my opinion to this point. They've let them play a little bit, and fouls are about even. So about what you'd expect for a rivalry game.
Deere missed the first free throw. Second one on the way. Swish. It's a 2-point game. Henderson State has never led. Ouachita Baptist has been in front for 16 minutes out of the 18 minutes that we've played. Far side, Bankston now playing with 2 fouls. Narrow, jabs right, moves left, pocket pass, intercepted, bad decision. Davenport steals it, 3-on-2 for the Reddies. Marshall into Swinford. Swinford lays it up and in. We're tied at 31. Great transition break by the Reddies.
And that's a really good pass by Quan Marshall. A good job by Yuri Swinford. It looked like he might try to dunk that. I think he realized he didn't quite have the height for it, and he just calmly laid it in. So good job by both parties there.
Swinford rewarded for running the break. Other side, Ouachita Baptist backdoor to Kadarius Smith, and he gets the roll on the lefty layup. Smith has 14 points. That was a nice backdoor feed from Davion Bankston. Reddies with the ball down 2. Damian Deere drives baseline, and a foul on the floor whistled on Matt Stanley. That's going to be the 8th team foul on the Tigers. It'll send Deere to the line, shooting a 1-and-1.
One thing I like about what Deere is doing is he hasn't had his jump shot tonight, but he continues to try to attack the basket, and that's going to get you to the line. He's already 3 of 4 at the line tonight. He's going to get a chance to possibly have 2 more here, depending on how the first one goes. So a good job by Damian of keeping that attacking mentality, trying to get to the rim when the jump shot may not be working for him so far here tonight.
Deere 3 for 4 from the line. Gets the first and earns a second. Deere, a dependable free throw shooter, right at the team average, 73%. 22 of 30 coming into this one. Reddies as a team, 73.5%. That's second in the league, David. So Henderson State, a very good free throw shooting team here in 2021. Deere, second free throw, up and in.
73.5% for a team is really, really good, Cyrus. That's no wonder that's at the top of the GAC. That's a great percentage for a team to be shooting altogether.
Less than a minute to play, first half. 33 all. Kane handles far side. Kane spins on the baseline. Kane, had it stripped away from Davenport, dives to get it back, and now Stanley is doubled and fouled on the floor. They're going to call it to Raekwon Rogers. That'll be number 2 in the first half on Rogers. Hate to see Raekwon pick up number 2 with less than a minute to play in the first half, and that was one of those cheapies that we talked about. Rogers has done a much better job last couple weeks avoiding, but don't want to foul Matt Stanley when he's not looking at the basket 14 feet away.
And they're going to get him out here, which I think is the right decision. He might get you a basket on the other end, but you don't want him to pick up a third cheap foul in the last 46 seconds. JT is going to come in for him. I think that's the right call by the Henderson State coaching staff. And you didn't get much argument out of them either on that foul by Raekwon. I think they knew he put 2 hands on the defender, but we'll see if Stanley can take advantage here at the free throw line.
Stanley 1-and-1, missed it badly. It's right through the hands of Jeremiah Toney. Rebound by Kane. He goes back up with it and was blocked by Swinford. Henderson State catches a break. The Reddies can slow it down. About a 12.5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Deere, in and out dribble. Caught in the air. Bounces it to Davenport. Left wing, Davenport. Back to Toney. Toney had his pocket picked. Tigers steal it right back. Shot clock is off. 20 seconds left in the first half. Toney's had a tough one, returning from injury after missing the last 2 games. 15 seconds left first half. Tigers have led the whole way. Henderson State has never been in front. 9 seconds left. Kane drives right. Kane fades away. 14 feet, won't go. Toney the rebound. Toney, 2 seconds left. Toney puts it up from half court. Good if it goes. It does! Jeremiah Toney threw it up from half court. Send that to Bristol. Sports Center top 10 candidate as Henderson State takes its first lead of the game on a half-court buzzer beater by Jeremiah Toney. Well, what a way to turn around your fortunes. I just said Toney struggled in the first half, didn't score before that one, had 2 turnovers, but we said the bank was open on Monday night, and Toney connects. They're going to go to the scores table to review it. But, David, you're looking at the monitor, and you think this one left Toney's hands before the buzzer sounded and the backboard lit up.
Yeah, it's pretty clear.
And
they
confirm it on the other side. So Henderson State, after all that, after trailing for 18 minutes of the first half, they take the 36-33 lead into the halftime break. We'll step away for the Holiday Inn Express halftime show coming up. You're listening to Reddies basketball on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Henderson State University is one of the most affordable universities in Arkansas, and we offer the most competitive scholarships in the state.
Our caring professors will challenge you to achieve your best potential.
With more than 90 student organizations, new residence halls, and the beautiful Great Lake State Park just 15 minutes away, you will find the perfect fit at Henderson State.
Come see us in Arkadelphia or visit hsu.edu to learn how you can live ready today.
Brookshires is proud to be a supporter of Reddies basketball. Stop by your friendly local grocery for quality, convenience, and service. Score points of your own with Brookshires Your Points, saving you on groceries and fuel. Looking to change up the game? Shop Brookshires online ordering and pickup. Get free pickup and pick up your groceries in as little as 2 hours. Score big and be the MVP this season as we cheer on the HSU Reddies.
Welcome back to the Duke Well Center. Henderson State leads at halftime 36-33 here on the Holiday Inn Express halftime show. Joined now by Henderson State's women's head coach Jill Thomas. Coach, had your 4-game winning streak snapped earlier tonight, 69-66 to Ouachita Baptist. Really, Henderson State fought hard to come back in this one, but David and I talked about it in this game. The second half of the first meeting between you and the Tigers, kind of a struggle offensively. Those offensive struggles rolled over to the first half tonight. You guys shot around 30% in the first half. What did Ouachita Baptist do defensively to make your offense, the life of your offense tough?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's what we're rewatching right now. We've made it through the first quarter already, and we came out and hit 4 air balls to start, and then we just stopped attacking. And so props to OBU because they were guarding and sliding one-on-one stuff. But we tucked our tail and got nervous and stopped wanting to be the person to make the shot and go make a play. And that's tough. The bigger issue we have is they had 22 points in the first quarter, and all 22 of those points were in scout error. So just no engagement. Maybe this team needed another wake-up call, unfortunately, right. Which is frustrating to even stand here today and have to talk about. But just the lack of engagement in this scout is disappointing, to say the least. We didn't know who was going right, who was going left, who was a shooter, and who wasn't. And that's just unacceptable at this point in the season. OBU executed their scout perfectly. They knew which players they wanted to rush off the line, and they were jamming our posts where they needed to not let them grab rebounds. So props to OBU. They came in here today, and they stuck it to us, and we didn't ever really have some players step up. I thought Gracie Raby was really good today.
Yeah, I agree.
She was the only one who had a chip on her shoulder. You know, we talked after the game. We felt we had 3 or 4 all-conference players this year. And today, boy, oh boy, they did not show out to be those type of players.
Kind of fast-forwarding to the end of the game, you guys are down by 3, 69-66, which ended up being the final score. The Reddies weren't able to get a shot off in the last possession. What was the plan? Obviously, it seemed like you guys were going for the 3. David and I were talking to see if you guys were going to go for a quick 2 and then foul, but it seemed like you guys wanted to try to tie the game with a long bomb.
Yeah, there's a couple of things. One, we had it was a 1-point game or so with 26 seconds left, and we wanted to just go because the 3 possessions that we ran a set just were brutal, and so we kind of felt we could make a play. That one's on me. I should have called a timeout and set something up anyways. And then we foul, and they make the 2 free throws to make it a 3-possession game. And the way we were attacking and trying to shoot layups, like shot putting them today, we didn't feel we could get an and one.
Sure.
So we wanted to, run an action to get a set for a 3, and should have known better on that one too because they were doing such a good job of shooting gaps, and we were just a little bit unorganized.
Coach, I appreciate the time. We'll see you on Thursday against Harding.
Thank you very much.
That was the Reddies head coach Jill Thomas. Henderson State falls 69-66 in that one. The Reddies fell by 3 in the first half of our doubleheader. They lead by 3 in the second half of our doubleheader here. Henderson State up 36-33 over the Ouachita Baptist Tigers on a half-court heave from Jeremiah Toney as the first half expired, and it was a really interesting first half. Ouachita Baptist was by far the better team in the first 10 to 12 minutes, but Henderson State started to lock down defensively, and once they got their offense going, David, the Reddies got right back in this ball game.
They really did. They started kind of slow. Looking back at the stats, Henderson State just 6 for their first 18, but then after that, 7 of 10 to finish the half. So a good finish for Henderson State there, a flurry. A nice shot by Jeremiah Toney. I knew it was going in the whole time. But, hey, you can't ask for better momentum going into the break than something like that to happen to you. And Henderson State, give them credit. They didn't play well for parts of that first half, but they really found their shots late and kept hanging around, and now they've got the lead at halftime. So Henderson State just got to keep doing what they're doing. I think they made life a little more difficult for Ouachita down the stretch of that half defensively, and that's the name of the game. I think if you can limit Kendarius Smith, I question whether they have enough firepower around him to win a game like this if you can limit him. But we'll see. Limiting him has proven easier said than done to this point. He's been great. 6 of 9. He's 6 of 9. Everyone else in their team is 8 of 19. So we'll see if they can limit him in the second half. But to me, that's the key. If you slow him down, I think Henderson State's going to win this game. He's really been the catalyst for them so far.
Halftime statistics sponsored by Southwest Auto Collection. Southwest Auto offers the best in American-made vehicles: Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, located at 10th Street in Arkadelphia or online at iDriveSWA.com. The Reddies, like you said, David, started 6 of 19, finished 7 of 9 to shoot 46.5%, 3 of 9 from 3, 33% there, and 7 of 9, 78% from the foul line. Ouachita Baptist, an even 50%, 14 of 28. They were also 3 of 9 from 3, and they were just 2 of 3 from the foul line. Ouachita Baptist led by Kendarius Smith, 14 points for Smith, 6 of 9 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists for the senior out of Conway, Arkansas. Off the bench, Madarius Hobson, second for the Tigers in scoring. He had 7 on 3 of 6, 1 of 2 from 3, a steal and 2 assists. Also off the bench, Leon Kalinick, 6 points in 8 minutes, 3 of 3 from the field for him. Davion Bankston, Alex Carrillo, and Lorenz Nero each had 2. Matt Stanley, Marvin Williams-Dunn, DJ Kane, and Kobe Dunlap went scoreless for the Tigers in the first half. So the Tigers actually more bench points than points from their starters. 17 points off the bench, just 16 for the starters, and 14 of the 16 points from the OBU starters from Kendarius Smith. Henderson State, very balanced scoring. Malik Riddle leads the Reddies with 8, and he had 6 of those very early on. In fact, Riddle had the first 6 points for HSU when it was at 1.76 Tigers, and it was 7 for Kendarius Smith and 6 for Malik Riddle. Riddle finishes with 8, 4 for 5 from the field, missed his only 3-point attempt and missed his only free throw attempt. Riddle 1 rebound, 1 block in the first half. Xavier Davenport, a nice first half, 7 points, 2 of 3 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3, and 2 of 2 from the foul line, 1 rebound and 1 block for Davenport. Damian Deere, 5 points, all of them from the free throw line. Deere missed all 3 shots, missed both threes he took in the first half, but was 5 of 6 from the line. Raekwon Rogers had just 4 points, 2 of 3 from the field, and just 1 rebound for Rogers. Don't often see that. Graham Chenault, 3 points, 1 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. Jeremiah Toney had 3 points. That was his half-court heave as the buzzer sounded. Had 3 rebounds, but also had 2 turnovers in 4 minutes. Raquan Marshall and Yuri Swinford each finished with 2 on 1 of 4 shooting apiece. Henderson State turned it over 7 times to 6 assists. Ouachita Baptist 8 assists and 8 turnovers. The Reddies 10 points off of the 8 Ouachita Baptist turnovers. Ouachita 7 points off the 7 Henderson State turnovers. HSU outscoring Ouachita in the paint 16-12. Ouachita outscoring the Reddies in second chance points 5-2, even though the Reddies have 6 offensive rebounds to the Tigers 5. HSU 5 to the Tigers 2 in fast break points, and like I said, Ouachita Baptist 17 points off the bench, Henderson State 13 points from their bench. Henderson State up 3, 36-33. We'll take a 60-second break on the Henderson State Sports Network and be back with a scoreboard update. You're listening to Reddies Basketball.
The Southwest Auto Collection in Arkadelphia is a proud sponsor of Henderson State Athletics. We offer the best American-made vehicles: Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. We have the largest selection and lowest prices, and we're the only dealer who give you tires for life with every new car you purchase. Come see the Southwest Auto Collection at 10th Street in Arkadelphia, or go online at iDriveSWA.com. The Southwest Auto Collection in Arkadelphia.
Do you have an idea that you'd like to see on a t-shirt? Printmania can help you turn your idea into a reality. Printmania offers a variety of t-shirts for you to choose from. We also have personalized service, which will allow you to work with an artist who will help you create your t-shirt. Printmania also does embroidery and engraving. Come visit us at 624 Main Street in Arkadelphia or call 870-246-3803. Printmania, proud supporters of Henderson State University.
Java Primo is amazing coffee and so much more. Visit Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and More and discover just what more is. Friday and Saturday nights are ribeye nights. 16 plus ounces of premium bone-in French-cut ribeye steak seasoned with espresso rub and grilled to perfection. Nightly dinner menus of pizza, salmon, tuna, steaks, and more begins at 4 p.m. Located on Main Street in Arkadelphia and on Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Java Primo has a little something more just for you.
Welcome back to the Duke Well Center. Henderson State up 36-33. At halftime, Henderson State led for approximately 1 millisecond in the first half. Ouachita Baptist led pretty much the whole way. Henderson State took the lead for the first time on a half-court heave from Jeremiah Toney as the buzzer sounded at halftime. But the Reddies will take it. They lead by 3. Again, 36-33, trying to win their 7th straight game over the Tigers. And David, that's something that I don't know if that's ever been done in this series. When's the last time, if you know, that somebody's won 7 in a row in this series, or at least have the Reddies ever done it?
Well, I had to check yesterday, Cyrus, when I was doing the game notes. It had been a long time, even since someone had won 6 in a row, which the Reddies did with their last win when the last time these teams played. 6 in a row hadn't been done since 1999 to 2001. Those were Grand Chapel days for Henderson State when the Reddies were as good as they've been, in a really long time. They had some great teams in the 70s that went to the NAIA National Championship game a couple times, but that hadn't been done since then. But I'll tell you what, 7 in a row, it's been even longer than that, longer than those great teams of the 70s. Neither side has won 7 in a row since 1962 to 1964. So it's been over 50 years since one side has won 7 straight in this series. Henderson State was at a good second half, has a chance to do it. It's been a long, long time since someone has won that many in a row over the other side of the street.
That is pretty remarkable, David. Not a whole lot. Not a lot of times you got to wait for 5 decades in between win streaks like that, but in a rivalry matchup, it goes back and forth all the time. The series is just separated by 2 games. Henderson State trails Ouachita Baptist all-time 105-107, but Henderson State obviously looking to draw ever closer if they can hang on tonight. Jumping around the GAC with a Southwest Sporting Goods scoreboard update. At Southwest Sporting Goods, we're proud to offer a wide selection of sporting goods to fit your needs. Call us today at 1-888-246-2311 or give us a visit in the store at 115 South 6th Street in Arkadelphia. In women's action, Henderson State falls 69-66 against Ouachita Baptist. Arkansas Tech, though, comes back to beat Harding 91-85, so Henderson State still controls their own destiny to get a 2 seed in the GAC East. Arkansas Tech, with that win, clinched the number 1 seed in the GAC East. Southern Arkansas blows out UAM 93-51. Southeastern Oklahoma State sends East Central to their 6th straight loss, 78-64. The Lady Bulldogs of SWASU come back to beat the Lady Rangers of Northwestern Oklahoma State 88-82. And Southern Nazarene holds off Oklahoma Baptist 56-45 in Shawnee. In men's action, it's halftime in a couple places in Oklahoma. Southern Nazarene leads Oklahoma Baptist 43-39. Northwestern Oklahoma State leads Southwestern Oklahoma State 45-44. East Central, with 10 minutes to go in the second half, leads Southeastern Oklahoma State 48-44. At halftime in Monticello, Southern Arkansas leads the Bull Weevils 31-27. And with the clock ticking down on the first half up in Searcy, Harding leads Arkansas Tech 34-29. So a lot of tight ones, a lot of good games going around the GAC as teams all around the league jockey for position. Henderson State looks pretty much locked in to the 3 seed, but it's not impossible for Henderson State to get the 2 seed, but it pretty much means the Reddies would have to win out and Southern Arkansas would have to lose out. Henderson State certainly has the possibility of winning out, but Southern Arkansas at 9-4 don't see them losing 3 in a row to end the season. Henderson State starts on offense. to start the second half. They're up 3, 36-33. Davenport curls around a screen, gives to Swinford. He dribbles at his knee and now drives down the right side of the lane. Block on Matt Stanley. That is Stanley's second, team's first. 18 seconds in to the second half here in the Duke Wells Center. Marshall has now taken the headband off. Started with it off, put it on, and took it off again. Swinford steps through a double team, fires it to Raekwon Rogers, who dives to the floor and tips it to Davenport. Davenport, far side, 10 to shoot. Davenport to Swinford. Extra pass, Marshall. Marshall puts it on the deck, drives inside, lays to Rogers, and Rogers can't handle it. Ooh, what a silky pass that would have been. Rogers put his head in his hands. He knew that was a good feed by his colleague, Quan Marshall. But the Reddies come up empty, and that's their 8th turnover, first of the second half. Tigers basketball, 45 seconds in to period number 2. 36-33, Reddies lead. Williams Dunn, scoreless, gives to Stanley. He faces up top of the key. Stanley picks up his dribble, pivots, gives back to Williams Dunn. 7 to shoot. Williams Dunn goes to Kane. Kane inside to Rogers. Inside to Stanley. Rogers had a better beat on that ball and intercepted it. Both teams trade turnovers to start the second half. Davenport inside, the Euro step and the finger roll. He looked like the Iceman, George Gervin. Little San Antonio love for my broadcast partner, David Sally. And the Reddies have their largest lead, up 38-33.
Well, the Spurs fan in me certainly loves that, Cyrus, and that was a nice take there by Xavier Davenport. And you're right, nice little finger roll right on the front of the rim.
90 seconds in, second half. Stanley doubled far corner. And, this is going to be a bailout call. I don't know what they saw there to make them call a foul. Stanley was kind of swinging at his elbows, and if anything, he committed an offensive foul or walked. But they get a foul on Yuri Swinford. Thankfully, not a foul on Raekwon Rogers. It's Swinford's first instead of Raekwon's third. Bankston back to Williams Dunn. Right corner 3. Too strong. Good block out by Rogers. He's shoved in the back by Stanley. So Stanley, 2 fouls in the first 1 minute and 42 seconds here, the second half. That's 3 on Stanley. And a little tinge of foul trouble now for the senior out of Cabot. Reddies basketball up 5. 38-33, Davenport leading the Reddies in scoring with 9. Gives to Riddle, now finds Swinford. Swinford takes the 3, won't go. Ouachita Baptist letting him shoot that shot, and Swinford acquiescing. Bankston finds Stanley cutting to the basket as Xavier Davenport was fouled on the other end. Davian Bankston did not give him an opportunity to spin with the basketball. Got in the cylinder of Davenport. That's the 3rd team foul on Ouachita Baptist. 2 minutes and 9 seconds into the second half, and that's the 3rd personal on Bankston. So a little foul trouble now for the Tigers front court. Riddle drives baseline, flushes it home. Malik Riddle with 2 hands. He's got 10, and the Reddies lead by 5. Malik Riddle has been destroying the Tigers on the interior today. Malik 5 for 6 so far. His only miss came from a 3, so Riddle, when he gets inside, he's been automatic so far today, and the Tigers take a timeout with 17:36 left here in the second half.
It's a good-looking dunk from Malik, and I'll tell you what, Malik, when he wants to get up, he can get up. I mean, he had that ball. From our perspective, it looked like well above the square, and he went flying through the air. He really just kind of glides. He sometimes looks like he glides even when he takes that Euro step. He's scored already a handful of times like that here tonight, and it's interesting. Malik, again, a pretty good three-point shooter, shooting just around 40% on the year. He's only taken 1 3 tonight. He took 1, didn't make it. It's almost like he said, nah, that's good. I'm going to go to the basket, and that's what he's done. He's had a lot of success doing that. And he's really let the game come to him tonight, which is good to see from Malik because he's a great scorer. And I think sometimes he feels the need like he needs to go score to help the team. And tonight he's really gotten it through the flow of the offense. And they're going to need more of it here to win this one. But it's been a good effort from Malik here tonight.
You're right, David. Malik, like you said, a very capable three-point shooter. Malik's been even better last couple of weeks from 3. Malik, 9 of 19 in his last 4 games from 3. But I think no matter who you are, whatever level you're playing, I think all basketball coaches, all basketball players would agree that the best way to build your game is inside out. Malik has started attacking the basket, and when you can see layups go in, it makes that three a little bit easier as you let it fly with a little bit more confidence. So Malik's got 10, and the Reddies lead by 5 with now 17:32 to play in this ball game. Tigers reset the offense. Kane picks up his dribble, far corner, behind the arc. He's hounded by Davenport. Just avoids a 5-second call to Davion Bankston. Bankston puts it on the deck. Shields and gives to Smith. Smith, guarded by Marshall, puts up the three. May have been partially blocked. Stanley, the offensive rebound. And a shot clock violation whistled on the Tigers. Great defense by the Reddies out of the timeout. And Henderson State has a chance to take what would be their largest lead with a bucket right here. 3 minutes in, second half. Marshall crosses over into the lane, caught in the air, finds Riddle. Riddle threw it away, but Swinford tracks back and taps it to Marshall to keep it alive. Marshall inside, and another blocking foul on Matt Stanley. That is the second time he's been called for a block in this half, and it's the third time he's been called for a foul this half. It's his fourth foul overall, and he will check out in favor of Leon Kalinick, who has been the best big man for the Tigers tonight. Had 6 points, 3 of 3 in the first half.
I was about to say, quite frankly, I think Kalinick has been the better option tonight for Ouachita Baptist. So I know Stanley got the start, but Kalinick has been much better in his minutes for the Tigers here tonight.
Marshall on the baseline, lobs it up, caught underneath by Swinford, and a foul was whistled on the floor, and that'll be the 5th team foul of the second half. It'll be charged to Marvin Williams-Dunn, his second personal. So Henderson State doing a good job of being the aggressors here in the second half. And Ouachita Baptist, a little bit of foul trouble. Yuri Swinford down low, and he was tied up. And now a little bit of pushing and shoving underneath. These teams got into it last time back in Bill Vining Arena. And Henderson State coaches off the bench to separate the white and black jerseys.
Kane legitimately being held back by Kalinick. Kane possibly letting out a little bit of frustration. He's 0 for 5 tonight in 19 minutes. All this is going to do, unfortunately, is probably create a delay of some kind. That I didn't really see anything either way there that's going to be called anything. Just a little scuffle. It's a rivalry game. To me, I think if you're the officials, you play on here. I'm not sure they're going to find anything by going to the monitor for 3 or 4 minutes.
Right.
I didn't see anything either way. Just a little barking both directions, and we'll get back to it.
Kind of a game recap. Ouachita Baptist looked the stronger team early on. The Tigers led by as many as 9 in the first half. They led by 9 on 2 occasions. Led 20-11, led 22-13. Henderson State started this ball game just 6 of 19, but then they caught fire at the end of the first half, and it was punctuated by a half-court heave as the buzzer sounded on the first half by Jeremiah Toney. That gave the Reddies a 3-point lead, 36-33. So the Reddies were down by as many as 9 midway through the first half. It was a 12-point turnaround, and Henderson State has been, I'd say, the better team here early on in the second half, but it's only they've only been able to extend their lead by 2 points as they lead by 5, 40-35. Raekwon Rogers has been really quiet tonight, David. Rogers just 4 points and 2 rebounds in 17 minutes tonight, but the scoring slack has been picked up by Malik Riddle, which is no surprise. Riddle second on the team in scoring, 13.6 points per game. But Xavier Davenport, kind of a secondary scorer for the Reddies. Really, it's been interesting. Davenport kind of has taken a backseat to his colleague Quan Marshall defensively. We all say Quan Marshall, he's the real ball hound. He's the stopper on defense, but Davenport actually leads this team in total steals with 21, but Davenport has 9 so far on 3 of 4 shooting, and so when Davenport can get you double figures, that's a big boost to the Reddies offense.
I kind of look at Davenport like the glue guy. just to give you an example, last year's team, I felt like Anthony Lupardis was that guy in a lot of ways, just kind of did whatever the team needed. And that's kind of what X does this year. He's not always going to blow you away with his scoring, but he plays great on-ball defense. He's not a guy that's going to get frustrated when he only scores 4, 5, 6 points in a game. Sometimes he'll give you 10 or 12 when you really need it, and he's just kind of been that glue guy for Henderson State this year. What are they? I'm interested to see what they're calling here.
It seems, Malik Riddle is going to the line to shoot free throws for Henderson State. So if it was a double, I assume if it was a double technical, then there would be no free throw shot because you kind of just wipe it off. It'd be essentially like our football rule in football where it's offsetting penalties, but maybe a technical foul. Yeah, it looks like a foul's going up on the board on DJ Kane.
Yeah, it's going on Kane.
It seems as though there's going to be a technical on DJ Kane, which would be the 6th team foul on Ouachita Baptist with 16 minutes and 45 seconds left in this ball game. So Henderson State is going to be in the 1-and-1 for the rest of the way, and then eventually if they get there in the double bonus. So Henderson State, this works in their favor. The Reddies are a great free throw shooting team, 73.5%, second in the GAC, and they'll send Malik Riddle to the line to shoot 2. Riddle hits the first. Riddle, 6th in the conference in free throw shooting, came into this one 79% from the stripe. Got them both. And it'll be Ouachita basketball as those 2 technical free throws give Henderson State their largest lead. High-scoring football game going on, 42-35. 16:40 left here in the second half. Tigers on offense. They run the weave with Kendarius Smith. Smith fades to his left, won't go. Kalinick, the offensive rebound. Hook shot falls home for Kalinick. He's 4 for 4. He's got 8 off the bench in 8 minutes. 16:20 left. Marshall tries to go around Williams Dunn, hedged off. Marshall circles back, now finds Riddle, far side left wing. Riddle puts it on the deck, picks up his dribble. Now Swinford drives baseline. He's hacked and will go to the charity stripe. Foul charged to Leon Kalinick, his second, team's 7th. Henderson State doing a great job being the aggressors. And David, you look at just the shooting totals for both teams, really nothing to split these two teams. Ouachita Baptist 16 of 33, Henderson State 15 of 31. So both shooting almost exactly 48.5%. Both teams 3 for 10 from three-point range. The difference, Henderson State 9 of 12 from the foul line. Ouachita Baptist just 2 of 3.
Ouachita hasn't been there a lot, and trust me, I think they're starting to work the officials, saying, hey, this foul count's 7-1, and I can't blame them, but it is fair to say Henderson has been the aggressor here in the second half. A lot of these fouls were no doubters.
Out of bounds, Williams Dunn short hops DJ Kane. And Davenport and Kane exchanging some words. Davenport, little dangerous there. I thought he was about to get teed up.
I thought he was too, Cyrus. He was definitely letting Kane know. Definitely letting Kane know that it wasn't his night.
Reminding Kane that he's 0 for 5.
And right, just like that, I think Coach Elgas sees the same thing and is going to let X cool off for a minute and let Graham Chenault have a chance to guard Kane here for a little bit.
Henderson State basketball. Reddies up 6, 43-37. Riddle faces up, top of the key, shaded left, about 30 feet away. Riddle, in and out dribble. Drives baseline, elevates, blocked from behind, but was fouled. And Malik Riddle, David, the Tigers cannot stay in front of this guy.
Nice little head fake there to get all the way to the basket. And man, Malik a couple times this year has been really close to throwing down some awesome dunks and just barely missed them. That would have been a great one. Would have been an and one.
Reddies will be at the free throw line when we come back. Henderson State up 6 on the Reddies Radio Network.
Henderson State Ready Apparel and Souvenirs. Stop by the Ready Bookstore, located on the HSU campus in the Garrison Center. Open before every game. You can also purchase apparel and gift items under the Ready Bookstore tent during the game. The Ready Bookstore is open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday and 8 to 4 on Friday. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Ready Bookstore, or online at www.reddybookstore.com. Reddy Bookstore, proud supporters of Henderson State Athletics.
SCM Architects have been serving Henderson State University for nearly 20 years. You'll recognize the firm's work on campus in the design of the new dining hall, the Charles Dunn Student Recreation Center, Sturgis Honors Hall, and East and West Residence Hall. This year, SCM Architects have been privileged to work on the restoration of the Caddo Center cafeteria that will house an exhibit of Native American artifacts from the Joint Educational Consortium Hodges Collection. Learn more about the firm's higher education, commercial, interior design, historic preservation, and master planning projects at scmarchitects.com.
KDEL 100.9 FM and KVRC 1340 AM Arkadelphia. KZYP 1310 AM and K281CK 104.1 Malvern. KYXK 106.9 FM Gurdon.
Welcome back to the Duke Wells Center. Reddies up 6, 15:46 left in our ball game. Henderson State trying to win their third straight. Trying to beat Ouachita Baptist for the 7th straight time. That has not been done in this series since the 1960s. Malik Riddle at the line shooting 2. He almost ruptured the rim before the under-16 timeout, but he was rewarded with 2 free throws. Hit the first.
If he had, it wouldn't have been the first time tonight.
Not at all. Missed the second. It's loose underneath. Rogers picks it up, fades away. Can't get it to go, and Ouachita Baptist rebounds. Henderson State leads by 7. Tigers entry pass batted away by Rogers. Bankston runs it down near the timeline. Bankston, may have gotten away with a travel. Hands off to Kane. Kane 9 to shoot. Kane, left wing, in and out dribble, elevates. Won't go, missed it badly. Kane's tough night continues. He's 0 for 6. Drake Wilkes into the front court, finds Graham Chenault. Chenault, little shimmy shake. Now Wilkes directing traffic. Dribble handoff, Riddle. Riddle turning the corner. Riddle, a baker's dozen, 13 points. Riddle takes contact, wipe off the shot, but that is going to be free throws anyway. That'll be the 9th team foul on Ouachita Baptist. It'll be a 1-and-1 for Malik Riddle. And it'll be the 3rd personal on Marvin Williams-Dunn as Malik Riddle heads to the line to earn 2 points. Riddle 13 tonight. That leads the Reddies 5 for 6 from the field, 3 for 5 from the line.
1-and-1 right here from Malik. He's been really, really aggressive tonight getting to the basket.
Riddle drills the first and earns a second. 14 minutes, 58 seconds left in our ball game. Henderson State, with a win today, would put their head above water for the first time this year. They're 7-7. They have not been above 500 in all of 2021. Riddle cashes in on 2 free throws, and Henderson State has their largest lead, 46-37. Marvin Williams-Dunn, the Australian, into the front court for the Tigers. Hobson, the tough shot taker, tough shot maker, handles. Gives back to Williams-Dunn, left wing, cross court to Hobson. Catch and shoot, right side 3, drills it. Hobson has been instant offense for the Tigers, 10 points now. 2nd OBU player into double figures, joining Kendarius Smith. Hobson's only played 11 minutes. Riddle comes around to screen, top of the key, circles back and works his way to the left corner. Had it taken away and stolen. Tigers force the Reddies' 10th turnover. Kendarius Smith into the front court, puts it behind the back. Williams-Dunn puts up the 3, rattles in and out. And over the back, foul on Leon Kalinick. They're going to call that on the sophomore, and that'll be the 10th foul on Ouachita Baptist. 14 minutes and 9 seconds left in this ball game, and the Reddies are going to shoot in the double bonus for the rest of the way. The Reddies 13 of 17 from the free throw line. They'll get 18 and 19 right here as Jeremiah Toney heads to the stripe for 2 more.
JT's first free throw attempts of the game.
First free throw from Tony, straight through.
Good looking stroke there from JT, who has had his fair share of struggles at the line at times, but has also looked really good at the line at times. He has a pretty good stroke.
Tony missed the last 2 games, missed the game up at Harding, missed the win against Arkansas Tech on Saturday, and the second rattles out. Tony, 56% on the year, stays about at his average, goes 1 of 2. Reddies up 7, Tigers basketball, 14 minutes left in the Battle of the Ravine. Leon Kalinick drops it off to Smith. Smith, right wing, pulls up, long 2, and hits it. Smith has 16 to lead all scorers. Ouachita Baptist refusing to go away. Tigers trail by 5. Davenport puts it behind the back, sends it to Chenault. No looks it to Wilkes, left wing. Now Tony faces up, drives baseline on Kalinick. Tony takes contact and will shoot 2 more. Henderson State attacking the rack every possession, it seems like.
As they should be with the foul count the way it is.
And that's now 4 on Leon Kalinick. The starter, Matt Stanley, has been sitting for the last 3 minutes with 4 fouls. Davion Bankston has 4 fouls. So those are your 3 primary front court players, and 1 more and they're out, or 1 more for each of them and they're out. So Ouachita Baptist might be forced to go deep into the bench tonight as Jeremiah Tony misses the first of 2 free throws. Henderson State, alternatively, not a lot of foul trouble to worry about. Raekwon Rogers has 2. No other Reddy has more than 1. So Henderson State, they've got a serious advantage in the foul and free throw category so far, but the Reddies just under their average so far tonight. 14 of 20, 70% as a team, with 1 more coming from Tony. Tony missed them both. Tigers rebound, a bucket here, makes it a 1-possession game with 13:30 to play here on Don Dyer Court. Xavier Davenport reaches in and took a shoulder to the side of the body. Big collision between Davenport and Smith, but that's a good idea for Davenport. You've got no fouls called on you. You've only got 1 team foul called, so
he actually got a pretty clean hand on the ball there, but just kind of crashed into the pick man, if you will.
If the Reddies are ever going to be aggressive on defense, now is the time. But referees, when the foul count is at a 10-2 discrepancy, we often see referees trying to even that up. So I wouldn't be surprised to see, maybe if Henderson State is a little ticky-tack, then there might be some quick whistles here.
No, certainly not. And I mean, 10-2 is now a big discrepancy, but Henderson State has been much more aggressive going to the basket in the second half.
And another foul. Jeremiah Tony picks up his second, and some haulers from the Henderson State faithful, but to be fair, they haven't had much to complain about here today. Anytime you're shooting, you've shot 18 more free throws than your opponents, I think you can say you got a fair whistle. And another foul. Yep, here we go.
Yeah, you expect it.
So 3 fouls called on the Reddies in the last 3 seconds.
Usually it's not quite as obvious as this, but that's all right.
Hobson goes to Scarillo. Scarillo behind the arc, shaded right side of the key. Scarillo picks up his dribble, bounces it to Hobson. Hobson top of the key, 30 feet away. Hobson backdoor finds Williams Dunn. Williams Dunn trapped. Hobson catch and shoot, long 2, around and out, won't go. Rogers traveled with it. Can't believe the call. And it'll go back to the Tigers. 13:03 now to play in our ball game. Kind of been a choppy last couple minutes. A lot of whistles, a lot of fouls called here. Inside, Bankston makes the catch, turns and faces up. Far baseline, had it stripped. And now it's turning into a foul fest. That'll go on Xavier Davenport. That is
4 fouls on this possession now for Henderson State.
That is
they could call a foul there. That's fine. I didn't think that was on Raekwon. I thought if you're going to call that, it was a reach in.
They called that on Raekwon. Okay.
I thought they did. Did they not? I thought he held up 2-3-2, and there's no 23 on the court right now. So.
Yep, they did call it on Raekwon. That's his 3rd.
I did not think that was on Raekwon. I thought they were calling that on the reach-in.
I agree. Williams done, jabs right now, crosses over into the paint, fades away, won't go. Henderson State, after all that, stands tall defensively. Very impressive. Davenport thought about the three, turned it down, works it to Deere. Deere fakes the pass to Rogers. Deere crosses over, back to Davenport, decides to shoot it, won't go. It's kept alive and grabbed by Rogers. Rogers shields Bankston, and that is a flop of all flops.
And I'm glad they called it that way, too. That's an egregious flop, and they're going to give Raekwon the and one.
That was, and that's...
There's no arguing that one. That's a huge flop.
That is, like you said, that's the flop of flops, and Bankston...
That's his fifth.
That's number 5, and...
I mean, Raekwon's spinning away from the contact. I mean, just don't flop. If you just stay solid, you're not going to get a foul call.
Yeah, that's...
When they blew the whistle, I was really scared they were going to call that a charge. But, I mean, that's just not a charge. It's a flop, and I'm glad they called it that way.
Yeah, that's...
Because, to be quite frank, that call has gone against Henderson State several times this year. There's been a lot of flopping going on in games we've seen this year, and especially when Raekwon has the ball. Because, again, to be quite frank, a lot of teams struggle to defend Raekwon. And so they flop, and that was a flop right there, and I'm glad they called it as such.
So Bankston will have to watch from the bench for the rest of the way. Rogers completes the and one, and even though it seemed like the Reddies were kind of struggling offensively last couple trips, they're up by 8 with 12:20 left in our ball game. Scarillo drive and dish. Williams Dunn thought about the left corner three, turned it down. Now works inside to Matt Stanley. Stanley spins on Rogers. Stanley off glass, won't go. Stanley goes over the back of Raekwon Rogers, and Stanley just committed his 5th foul. Stanley can't believe the call. 11 minutes for Stanley and 5 fouls.
And the limited Henderson State crowd here, to say they love it would be an understatement, Cyrus.
Rogers will walk to the opposite end and shoot 2 free throws. We're going to wait just a second as we wipe off some sweat from the hardwood. It's just been a weird, kind of slow, choppy second half, David. Not a lot of free-flowing basketball. Henderson State, David, the Reddies have only had 6 shot attempts in about 8 minutes here. They've gone to the free throw line. This will be the Reddies' 14th and 15th free throws less than 8 minutes into the second half. So it's been it's been a foul fest really, and Henderson State has had a chance to kind of show off their free throw shooting prowess. They haven't been great from the line today, 68% as a team, but Rogers is 1 for 1, and he's got 2 more free throws coming here.
It's been very choppy, to say the least, Cyrus. I mean, I think, let's see now. Raekwon hits the free throw. Man, it's been what, 17 fouls called here in less than 8 minutes in this half. 12 against Ouachita, 5 against Henderson. So it's a lot of fouls. Any way you slice it, it's a lot of fouls.
Rogers gets them both. Rogers, 6'8". He's in the top 10 in the GAC in free throw shooting. Not a lot of times you see big, bulky, strong guys like Rogers who are so good at shooting free throws, but that's just one of the ways he's built his game in the last 4 years for the Reddies. Henderson State up 10. Smith looking to make something happen. Baseline drive on Davenport. Rejected at the rim. Out of bounds. Tony can't save it. And it'll be Tigers basketball when we come back from the under 12 timeout. 11:48 left. Reddies up 10 on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Sodexo would like to invite you to a new dining experience on the beautiful campus of Henderson State University. Come dine with us in our new dining hall or retail locations, including Starbucks, perfect for your break times. Grab a quick lunch at Chick-fil-A, where it's always a pleasure to serve you, and check out the all-new Reddy Grill. Fresh ingredients made to order and certain to put you in that ready spirit. Sodexo, encouraging you to eat well, live ready.
Do you have an idea that you'd like to see on a t-shirt? Printmania can help you turn your idea into a reality. Printmania offers a variety of t-shirts for you to choose from. We also have personalized service, which will allow you to work with an artist who will help you create your t-shirt. Printmania also does embroidery and engraving. Come visit us at 624 Main Street in Arkadelphia or call 870-246-3803. Print Mania, proud supporters of Henderson State University.
Welcome back to the Duke Well Center. Henderson State up 10. The Reddies trailed by 9, David, 22-13 at the 8:43 mark of the first half. But once the Reddies got their offense going, it's been a different story in this game. Henderson State started 6 of 19. They hit 7 of their last 9 shots in the first half, and they've been the better team here in the second half, due in large part because they've been frequent visitors at the free throw line as Ouachita Baptist lobs it up and in to Leon Kalinick. And Kalinick scores with a little alley-oop push shot from the top of the restricted circle. Kalinick has been about as efficient as you can possibly be tonight. Kalinick, 10 points, 4 for 4 from the field. Raekwon Rogers the other side. He finishes with his left, and Rogers, in the blink of an eye, David, he's got 11. Hobson to the basket. He tripped, and that might be on Rogers.
It is.
So Rogers committed, I think, his first foul with 4 minutes to go in the first half, and has now got 4 fouls with 11:16 left, and he'll have to check out in favor of Yuri Swinford. Rogers got off to a very slow start, didn't score for the first 12 minutes plus in this game, but has 11 and 6. Ouachita basketball with Scarillo bouncing to Williams Dunn. Williams Dunn, left wing 3, not this time. Tony, an easy rebound on the weak side. He goes to Davenport. Davenport, other side. Swinford fouled by Kalinick, and that is number 5 on Leon Kalinick.
I mean, it's a foul. Yeah, you know, you don't have to like it, but it is a foul. There's contact there, and it's a foul.
I don't know. The Tigers are going to have to play 5 guards now because they don't have any big men left.
Well, luckily for them, Raekwon Rogers is going to be sitting as well. So
you got Matt Stanley, he fouled out. Davion Bankston, he fouled out. Leon Kalinick, he fouled out. And some of the Henderson State football players now letting Kalinick know about it. Some friendly fun here in the Duke Well Center. It's good to see a little.
You miss the fans in games like this.
Yeah, you miss the fans.
You just imagine how loud and into it this place would be if you had a full capacity crowd, and it would be across the street as well. That's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
Everybody knows how this is.
It's college basketball. It's all in good fun. It's part of the game, and Kalinick's all smiles over there. So it's been good. You know, it's obviously this would be a full house, full crowd tonight if all things were normal, but it's good to have at least some fans in the building, and Henderson State has treated its faithful fans to a good one here tonight as Yuri Swinford hits the first of 2 free throws. Reddies continuing to add on to their largest lead, which now sits at 11, and will go to 12 as Swinford gets them both. 56-44. Ouachita Baptist with just 11 points in the second half, 10:50 to go in the ball game. Kobe Dunlap, the freshman out of Greenbrier, chests it to Narrow. Extra pass, Kendarius Smith. Smith up and under, won't fall. Tomislav Miholcic snares the rebound, and it's outletted to Davenport. Davenport crosses over to the basket, hits the side of the backboard, and a late whistle will send Davenport to the free throw line. That's on Alex Scarillo, his first. Davenport with a chance to enter double figures. He would be the third ready to do so, and it would be the first time this season, or the second time this season, Davenport will have double figures in back-to-back games. Did it against Arkansas Tech and Southern Arkansas on the January 21st and 23rd. He had 10 on Saturday against Arkansas Tech. He missed the first free throw, but one free throw here gives him 10 to go along with a rebound and 2 blocks. Got the second. Davenport now 3 of 4 from the line, and the Reddies lead up to 13, 57-44. I can't remember the last time the Reddies had a field goal, but they just keep adding on from the free throw line. 10-20 left. Henderson State in a zone defense. Kobe Dunlap, line drive, 3 won't go. Another rebound ripped away by Miholcic, who pivots and gets it to Chenault.
And to be fair, the foul discrepancy is big, but Ouachita has taken a lot of jump shots here in the second half.
Offensive foul on Yuri Swinford. That is number 2 on Swinford. It will go as a turnover, which will be the 12th giveaway by the Reddies. 12 turnovers now by either team. This is the first time that I can remember this season that the Reddies have gone to a zone defense. And now they back up in a man-to-man. Oh, kind of back to an elevated 2-3 zone. It's a very high line by the Reddies as Scarillo drives inside and misses left of the rim. Rebound by Marshall for Henderson State. Ouachita 1 for their last 8. Entry pass Miholcic. Spins inside, and they're going to whistle a travel on Miholcic. Not a very entertaining basketball game here in the second half, David. The Reddies outscoring Ouachita Baptist 21-11 here in the second half, but the Reddies have 13 of their 21 points after intermission from the charity stripe. Kobe Dunlap, rise and fire, left corner 3. The Greenbrier native hits it, and it's a 10-point game, 57-47. Ouachita Baptist not going to go away. This Dennis Nutt team has always played hard. Davenport tries to answer and does. Xavier Davenport with a 3 of his own, and the Reddies bench gets a timeout with Henderson State up 60-47, 9:07 left here in our ball game.
Yeah, it's been just kind of a choppy second half, Cyrus. Obviously, you like what you've seen. If you're a Henderson State fan, you're probably really, really mad if you're a Ouachita fan, and sometimes that's just the way it goes. You know, Henderson State, I can't remember their last field goal other than that X three-pointer right there. They're 3 of their last 3 from the field, but they've taken so many free throws. It's hard to remember the last one. Ouachita on the other end really has struggled from the field. They're 1 of their last 8 before that shot from Kobe Dunlap, who, correct me if I'm wrong, Cyrus, but I don't think Dunlap played at all in the first 2 meetings.
He did not. Dunlap has been kind of a recent addition to the Tigers' rotation. He's only played in 5 games thus far this year. Scored 3, hit a 3 against Southern Arkansas on Saturday, but has not played more than 15 minutes in any game this season. But obviously adds some 3-point shooting to this Tigers lineup. Back in action here, Scarillo. Far side, extra pass, Dunlap. Another 3 from the same spot. This time won't go, and it's tapped into the hands of Yuri Swinford, who pivots and outlets to Chenault, who races into the front court. Chenault puts it behind the back, picks up his dribble, looks it to Drake Wilkes. Wilkes drives inside, goes to Davenport. Davenport, extra pass, Marshall. Marshall drives right and is called for a travel.
I didn't see that one.
Did not see that one either, David. Either way, it's the 14th turnover on the Reddies. Other side, Smith, hesitation, dribble, and left it short. Another rebound, Swinford. Reddies ball, 8:25 left. Henderson State up 60-47. Davenport. Now Marshall, right wing, 30 feet away, gets a right side screen from Wilkes. Marshall inside and out dribble. 14 feet away. Drake Wilkes pushed in the back by Smith, no call. Davenport inside, hangs, but left the layup short. Hobson the rebound, racing the other way. Hobson 2-on-2. Hobson, layup won't go. Tip follow falls through for Kendarius Smith. He's got 18 to lead all scorers. 7:52 left. Drake Wilkes fouled by Scarillo. And Wilkes will shoot 2 free throws when we come back. 7:48 left in our ball game. Henderson State trying to win their 7th in a row over their neighborhood rivals and get above 500 for the first time this season. We'll be back in 60 seconds on the Henderson State Sports Network.
What if I said you could help start a small business, make a family's dream of home ownership a reality, or even help a young child learn the importance of saving? Well, if you're banking with Southern Bancorp, you're already doing this and more. Southern Bancorp is a community development bank unlike any other in the state. We were founded on the belief that wealth building is for everyone. That's why we offer a wide variety of financial tools to help people along their path to economic opportunity, no matter their starting point. And when you open a checking or savings account with us, explore small business lending, or get a home loan through Southern Bancorp, you're being a wealth builder too. By banking with Southern Bancorp, you're supporting your own financial journey and also families in your community dreaming of a brighter future. That's what it means to be wealth builders for everyone. And we hope you'll join us in ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to build a brighter future. Stop by any of our locations or visit us on the web at banksouthern.com to learn more. Southern Bancorp, wealth builders for everyone. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Follow the Reddies on social media. You can find us on Facebook at Henderson State Athletics, on Twitter at Reddy Athletics, and on Instagram at Reddy_Athletics. Don't forget to use the hashtag #NoMereBeast.
Welcome back to the Duke Wealth Center. We are returning from our under 8 media timeout. 7:48 left in this one. Henderson State trying to win their third in a row, trying to get above 500 for the first time this season. They're 7-7 right now. If they can polish this one off, it's 8-7. Drake Wilkes to the free throw line. And now every Reddy who has played today has scored. Wilkes was the lone zero on the stat sheet, but he puts the free throw up and in. And the Reddies lead by 12 with one more free throw coming.
I'm going to give myself a little bit of a shout out here, Cyrus. My halftime key was you got to slow down Smith. He had 14 at halftime. Only got 4 here in the second half. He was 6 of 9 at halftime, and he's just 2 of 7 here in the second half. So they've effectively at least slowed him a little bit. The game's not over, and I expect him to score some more points, but they've done a decent job here in the first 12 and a half minutes of this second half.
No doubt about it. Tigers basketball. Narrow drops it into Hobson. Hobson, right elbow, back to Narrow. Narrow, catch and shoot. Top of the key, 3. Rattles at home. And Ouachita Baptist starting to heat up just a touch from the perimeter. They've hit 2 of their last 3 shots from behind the arc. Riddle, the Reddies' leading scorer, drops it off to Deere. Deere drives inside on Scarillo. Bounces to Marshall. Marshall, baseline drive. Backs up on Dunlap. Now finds Wilkes. Wilkes drives inside, gets around Lorenz. Narrow. And, they're going to call an offensive foul on Drake Wilkes. And
we're at the point of the game now, and we talked about it off air, but we're at the point of the game now where the foul discrepancy is big enough where, in my opinion, they're starting to overcompensate a little bit. That's a play on, if anything. I don't think that's necessarily a blocking foul, but it's not a charge. I think that's just a play on. He didn't make the layup, so I don't know. They've tightened it up here on this end of the floor, which is understandable because the foul discrepancy was huge for a while. But at the same time, you still gotta call it clean, and that's a questionable one right there.
Narrow down the right side of the lane, won't go. Tapped and found by Riddle. Riddle shields Narrow, races into the front court. Riddle's 5 for 6 tonight. Finds Deere near baseline drive, gets it to Tony. Tony, one power dribble. Fouled and will shoot 2, could not get the roll. Good look ahead by Riddle there, and a good find underneath by Damian Deere. Jeremiah Tony will try to cure his woes at the free throw line. Tony just 1 for 4 from the stripe tonight. Tony working back into form after missing the last 2 games. 4.6 boards in 9 minutes. Tony, first free throw, perfect.
And see, that one looked good.
That one
looked great. Like I said, JT's got a pretty good stroke from the free throw line.
Tony. David, is he wearing purple and white shoes tonight? Kind of an interesting look for their Jordans. They're clean, but playing the Ouachita Baptist, whose colors are purple and black, just interesting color coordination by Tony as Kendarius Smith drives over Quan Marshall, throws it up and throws it in. All of a sudden, single-digit ball game, and Kendarius Smith will go to the line to add one more. He's got 20, and a free throw coming. It's kind of a one-man fast break there. The Reddies defense just never got set. That foul on Marshall was his second. Smith completes the three-point play. Henderson State, up to that point, had shot 23 free throws in the second half. That was the Tigers' first after intermission. Marshall had it poked away from behind. Tigers 3-on-1. Smith fouled by Tony. And Smith will go back to the line for 2 more shots. And it's been a weird game because the Reddies, got up by as many as 13. They're up 62-49, and kind of seemed like Henderson State was going to cruise to victory. And now, 2 free throws from Kendarius Smith. It's 6 points with 6:22 left as Smith uncharacteristically misses the first free throw. And the Reddies are by no means out of the woods yet.
No, certainly not. Ouachita very capable. Still in this one, very much so. That's the thing about shooting a lot of free throws. I'm sure Ouachita fans don't like it, but at the same time, number one, Henderson didn't hit them all. There's a lot of 1 for 2 trips and some 0 for 2 trips in there, and it also kind of takes you out of the rhythm of your offense in some ways.
Right. Smith gets 1. Reddies up 7 with the ball. 6:15 to play. Reddies trying to win their 7th straight against the Tigers. Marshall gets the screen from Tony. Top of the key now. Backs up onto the Reddies logo. Marshall works on Scarillo. Drive and dish. Riddle catch and shoot. Left wing 3 needs it. Doesn't get it. Weak side board Smith. That's his 7th rebound to lead the Tigers. Smith drops it down to Hobson. Hobson has the matchup on Deere. Extra pass. Dunlap puts up the 3. Puts it in. We got a brand new ball game, David. The Tigers are only down by 4 with less than 6 minutes left, and Henderson State has been struggling to get into the rhythm of their offense for the last couple minutes. Riddle. Deere. Inside and out. Deere, top of the key. Deere will be sent to the free throw line. Narrow commits the blocking foul. It's number 3 on Narrow, and Damian Deere will shoot 2 with 5:32 left in the ball game. Henderson State led Ouachita in the last meeting back on February 13th. Led them by 18 in the first half and led by 10 in the second half. Ouachita Baptist came all the way back to lead that game 53-50. Henderson State outscored the Tigers 9-2 down the stretch to win. And Tigers, like I said, they're not going to go away. And Deere hits 2 free throws to give the Reddies a 6-point lead, 65-59. Henderson State still waiting on the return of Raekwon Rogers. He's been sitting for the last 5 minutes with 4 fouls. Scarillo inside, left it short. Offensive rebound in the putback by Madarius Hobson. And it's back to a 4-point game. 65-61, 5:15 left here in the game. Tony, dangerous pass, intercepted by Hobson. He runs away with it and flushes it with 2 hands. Henderson State calls a timeout, and the Reddies' lead has evaporated, 65-63. The Reddies led by 13, 62-49. Since then, it's been a 14-3 Tigers run, and it's just been the turnovers again, David. 16 turnovers for the Reddies in this game, 9 of them in the second half. And, I understand, you're going to make some mistakes and the defense is going to force you into some bad passes, but that's just a bad pass 30 feet away from the basket. There's just no excuse for that kind of play, and that's just a gift. 2 points for the Tigers, and it lets them run away with a dunk and just gives them just that extra momentum boost that you can't just give away to your rival in these sorts of games.
No, definitely not. I mean, Quan Marshall got chased down, turnover, turned into a Ouachita basket. Just a lazy pass right there, gets picked off, gives them a lot of momentum for the last 5 minutes. I mean, foul count's evened up now, so both teams in the double bonus. It'll be interesting to see how this last 5 minutes goes, because to be honest with you, this has been a weird game in a lot of ways. Just really no flow to this thing at all in the second half.
Reddies up 2 with the ball, 65-63. Riddle with the catch and the logo. Now Davenport far side behind the left wing in front of the Reddies bench. Davenport goes to Rogers, who walked. Reddies turn it over again. Good to see Rogers back in the game, but all of a sudden, David, this is unbelievable. The way this game was going, the Reddies were going to walk to a win, and Ouachita Baptist can tie or take the lead on this trip. 65-63. 4:40 left. Hobson left wing behind the arc. Now Dunlap. Dunlap rise and fire for the lead. Won't go. Long rebound goes to Hobson. Hobson, he'll try the triple. That's a 2. His foot was on the line. We are tied 65 all with 4:25 to go. Henderson State had a 13-point lead. It is gone. Marshall crossing over. Working on Smith. Lobs it up. Rogers catches and scores. He'll add one more at the free throw line. What a big play by Rogers. That foul on Lorenz Nero. He was trying to block out Rogers, but they called a foul on Nero as he made no attempt at the ball, and Rogers will try to add one more at the line, and Rogers flexing, working out a little pain in the left arm now. And Rogers is a lefty. There's no tougher guy than Raekwon Rogers, but Rogers will have to shake it off if he wants to stay perfect at the line so far today. He does, but he's in pain. Rogers is going to come out holding his arm. Hopefully it's nothing serious. There is 4:12 left in this game, so hopefully Rogers can get an extra breather.
That was a big play from Raekwon right there. Yeah. If he's only in for a couple minutes at a time, that's a big play to get from him.
Reddies up 3, 4:04 left. Hobson, left wing, now Nero, goes to Smith. Smith, behind the back, hounded by Davenport. Smith crosses over, backdoor Scarillo, up and under. Circus shot won't go. Deere with the rebound. Deere for the Reddies. 4-on-4, Deere crosses over, inside, lays it up, won't go. Underneath, Deere gets it back. Deere was fouled and will shoot 2. With 3:43 left, we will step away. The 4th and final media timeout of the second half. Henderson State in a dogfight with their neighborhood rivals. 68-65, Reddies lead. Henderson State shooting free throws when we come back on the HSU Sports Network.
Twin Rivers Health and Rehabilitation, locally owned and operated in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Our family is committed to yours. Our experienced rehabilitation team specializes in physical, occupational, and speech therapy, all working together to get you home. Call and book a tour with us today at 870-246-6337 or visit our website at twinrivershr.com. Again, that's twinrivershr.com.
Brookshire's is proud to be a supporter of Reddies basketball. Stop by your friendly local grocery for quality, convenience, and service. Score points of your own with Brookshire's Your Points, saving you on groceries and fuel. Looking to change up the game? Shop Brookshire's online ordering and pickup. Get free pickup and pick up your groceries in as little as 2 hours. Score big and be the MVP this season as we cheer on the HSU Reddies.
Welcome back to Arkadelphia. We're entering crunch time here in the Duke Wells Center. The Reddies led by as many as 13 in the second half. They were up 62-49 on their way to a comfortable victory, but Ouachita Baptist tied the game 65 all. The Reddies got a 3-point play from Raekwon Rogers, and now Damian Deere shoots free throws after the foul was charged to Alex Scarillo. Deere hits the first. Deere's got 8 tonight, David, all of them from the charity stripe. One more for Deere. Perfect. Reddies up 5, 3:40 left in our ball game. Henderson State trying to win their 7th in a row against their cross-street rivals. Hobson, left corner, drives on Swinford, puts it up. Short, rebound Deere, rips it away from 2 Tigers players. Up the court to Swinford. Swinford catches it and lays it up and in. What a play by Swinford. What a feed by Deere. All of a sudden, a 7-0 Reddies run. Narrow, Euro step inside. Hobson blocked from behind. Hobson will shoot 2 free throws. That'll be charged to Yuri Swinford, that foul. That'll be number 3 on Swinford, and Hobson, who is a very infrequent visitor to the free throw line, will shoot 2, 4 for 6 on the year.
Nice little response here by Henderson State. Ouachita ties the game at 65, 7-0 run from Henderson to regain a little bit of control here in the final moments. We're going to have the old offense for defense switch. Raekwon Rogers is going to come in with 4 fouls. Damian Deere is going to sit down.
Hobson hit the first. Number 2, off the mark. Rebound Davenport. Reddies up 6, 3:08 to play.
Hobson has taken some tough shots tonight. He's made some of them too, but that's kind of his shot, it looks like. Yeah, that long contested too. He's good at it.
Yeah,
he's taken some tough ones.
He's kind of got a little bit of the 90s, kind of the last generation of the NBA game. A lot of twos, a lot of long twos. And
I mean, he's 17 of 13,
yeah.
so hard to argue with the results. But he's pulled up a couple times tonight, and I've thought, man, that's a difficult shot, and he's just absolutely canned it.
Now under 3 to play. Reddies basketball, 12 on the shot clock. Underneath Rogers. The Reddies lose it. Stolen by the Tigers. Up the court to Hobson. Pumps twice. And a foul on, if it's on Rogers, it's 5.
I think it's gonna be on Riddle. 23.
Jimmy Elgus, the Reddies head coach, was hot on the other end. I did not see why. My viewpoint was
it's hard to see from our angle here, Cyrus.
a couple times we'll just get a referee running in front of us, and when Rogers made that catch, I just kind of pretty much went blind underneath. The referee was standing directly in front of me, so I didn't see what the call was or what the non-call was, as Hobson hits the first of 2 free throws. And Hobson's played really well the last couple of games, had 10 points on 5 of 8 shooting in back-to-back games coming into this one. And he hits 2 free throws there. Timeout, Ouachita Baptist. Hobson just tied his season high with 19 points. He had 19 at Harding on February 6th. 9 of 13 back up in Searcy in that one. And pretty similar stat line here. 7 of 13 for Hobson tonight. Henderson State up 4, 72-68, with 2:45 left in our ball game. David, the Reddies have taken 13 field goals in 17 minutes and 15 seconds in this ball game. Usually you're going to take a shot. I mean, the law of average, by the shot clock, you take a shot every minute, but usually it's more like you take 2 shots per minute, so around 40 shots per half, and the Reddies have shot 28 free throws in the second half. It's been and they've been good. It's 75% per line, very solid.
Just the second half alone would be the second most Henderson's taken in a game this season. The most they'd taken in a game before tonight was 31. They're well past that. They've taken 37 total in the game, but they've taken 28 in the second half, and it was that first 10 minutes of the second half that just really kind of jolted the flow, the kind of, the back and forth of this game. It was very choppy there for a while, and that's when Henderson shot a lot of those free throws, and that's what's kept them on top here. Ouachita Baptist has give them credit. They've done their best to scrap their way back into it here, and they've done a heck of a job of it, down by just 4 with under 3 minutes left.
Yeah, the Reddies led by 13. It was 62-49 with 7:48 to go, but Ouachita Baptist tied it at 65. Henderson State went on a 7-0 run. They lead by 4. Inside, Swinford pulls it away from 2 Tigers. Won't go. It's loose underneath. And finally, Smith pulls it away for the Tigers. Henderson State continuing to miss a lot of bunnies down low. Scarillo puts up the 3. Not this time. Long rebound track down by Narrow. He'll work it to Smith. Smith jabs. Smith has Rogers on him. Rogers has 4 fouls. Smith would be wise to attack. Smith inside.
Yeah, you could see that one coming.
They're going to put it on Rogers. That is number 5 on Raekwon Rogers.
Yeah, you could see that one coming. You just not the matchup you want defensively if you're Henderson State. And Smith, a smart enough player, easily to see that matchup. Went straight at him, and they got Raekwon for the hand check there, and that's going to be it for him. Henderson State going to need to hold on to a 4-point lead here in the last 2 minutes without their best player.
And it has been, a struggle tonight when the Reddies have not had Raekwon Rogers on the floor.
I think it's Malik Riddle time if you're Henderson State. He really has played well tonight. He hasn't forced a lot of shots. He's 5 of 7, 15 points. He's been great attacking the basket. And you're gonna need him here in this last 2 minutes without Raekwon on the floor.
Smith hits the first. He's got 23 on the night. Came into this one averaging 15.5 points per game. Gets the roll on number 2, and it's a 2-point game, 72-70. And now there are less than 2 minutes left. Marshall into the front court, hounded by Scarillo. Marshall on the logo. Works it to Davenport. He faces up from 30 feet away. Davenport has 13 tonight. Davenport inside attacks, is fouled, and will shoot 2. That is charged to Madarius Hobson. Just his first. Hard to believe somebody on Ouachita Baptist hasn't had a foul because they've committed 29 fouls as a team so far in this ball game. Davenport with 2 big free throws upcoming. He's 3 for 4 from the stripe so far tonight. Gets the first.
That one looked good.
And David, that gives Davenport a career high. That's 14 for Davenport, and the Reddies have needed every one of them.
They certainly have. He's been great tonight. I love that take right there by him. The way they've blown the whistle tonight. Make them make a call. Go to the basket.
Davenport gets them both. It's a 2-possession, 4-point Reddies lead.
A stop is big right here if you're Henderson State. It allows you to take another probably 30 seconds off the clock with a 2-possession lead.
Scarillo in the front court. Weaving, gives to Dunlap, fade away 3, not this time. Riddle rises for the rebound, a big man board for Malik Riddle. Riddle, a great rebounder for his guard, and Henderson State has it on offense. Swinford faces up on the baseline. Swinford drive and dish. Deere to the right block. Deere takes contact and will shoot 2 more. Damian Deere has 9 points. He's 9 for 10 from the free throw line, and he's going to the charity stripe for 2 more, which would be big to make it a 6-point game with 1:22 left. That was a good possession by the Reddies.
I was about to say the same thing, Cyrus. A good job of slowing it down, but they didn't get too four-cornersy, if you know what I mean. They took what the defense gave them, and he saw a lane to the basket and took it. And again, just keep attacking the basket. The way they've called this game, you're going to get rewarded if you go to the rim.
Deere hits the first. Number 2 straight through, Damian Deere. 11 of 12 from the line tonight.
Big free throws down the stretch here for Henderson State. 2 for 2 for Damian and 2 for 2 for X.
Reddies up 6. 1:15 to play. Backdoor, Smith with the catch and the finish. And a quick timeout by Ouachita Baptist. 1:13 left in our ball game as Smith has been as advertised tonight. He's got 26 points.
Yeah, he's been great. That was a heck of a pass by Dunlap right there. He whipped that thing in there.
Yeah.
Looked like Luka Doncic on that. Absolute laser of a pass right on the money to Smith. He made a nice cut.
And that is, I thought that was going to be a career high, but for Smith, 34 points back in his sophomore season. Had 34 at Southwestern Oklahoma State, 11 of 16 from the floor, 6 of 9 from 3, 6 of 7 from the foul line. But this 26 points tonight, a season high and the second most Smith has ever scored in his career. So he's gotten 1,000 points plus for Ouachita Baptist. Hats off to Smith, and he's got it in style. But I'm sure Smith would have preferred to score 0 if the Tigers could get a win tonight.
It'll be interesting to see if Ouachita fouls here, puts the foul on, or plays it out. They're going to definitely put the full court press on to try to get a steal, but if the Reddies get it past half court, I'll be interested to see what they do.
Davenport up the floor to Deere. Deere inside drive. Deere off the window and in. What a finish by Damian Deere. That's his first field goal, but he's got 13 points.
It's a little bit of a scary take there if you're Henderson State. If he misses that, that's really bad.
Hobson long 2, way short air ball. Riddle the rebound. Riddle clears to Marshall. And the Reddies are close.
Now you got to foul if you're Ouachita.
Marshall doubled. And a wise timeout called by the Reddies bench with 42.5 seconds to go. And you like you said, David, there's 20 seconds on the shot clock. There's 42.5 seconds to go in this game.
You got to foul right away.
If you don't steal it off the inbound, you got to foul. You got to try to steal it. If not, put the double team on. If not, foul and hope the Reddies can miss a few free throws. But how about the Reddies down the stretch from the free throw line, David? Deere has hit 4. Davenport has hit 2. Raekwon Rogers, before fouling out, he hit 4 free throws down the stretch. Drake Wilkes hit 2 free throws before he went back to the bench. It's been really, really impressive from the line tonight for the Reddies. 78% as a team, 32 of 41. 25 of 32 in the second half alone, 78% there. So Henderson State, you get sent to the free throw line, but you still got to make them, and the Reddies have done that tonight.
Well, tonight has proved that team free throw shooting percentage is no joke. That's held up with a huge sample size tonight. To shoot 41 free throws and hit 32 of them, I think any coach in America is going to take that. That's a great number, especially when your opponents only made 9 of 12. So that's a huge discrepancy. But Henderson State has attacked the basket all night. They've only hit 4 3-pointers. They haven't taken a 3-pointer in a while. They've only taken 4 the entire second half.
Reddies get it into Davenport. Back to Riddle. Riddle now to Swinford. Swinford is hacked. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Well, if you're Ouachita Baptist, that's the guy you wanted to foul.
Yeah, not a horrible foul for Ouachita.
If I'm being super choosy, if I'm Malik Riddle there, I'm just bringing the ball completely back out to one of the 4 corners and making them foul you. But Erie will be at the line shooting 2, and 1 of 2 is big here as he rattles out the first.
He's now 3 of 5. He was 3 of 4 before that one. And you're right, Cyrus. Just 1 here would make it a 3-possession game, and that would be big with 38 seconds left.
Riddle, 68% from the line coming into tonight. Got 1 of 2. That makes it a 3-possession ball game, like you said, David. 35 seconds left. Ouachita Baptist needs a bucket, needs it now. Dunlap, catch and shoot, top of the key, 3. Yes! Kobe Dunlap makes it a 4-point game, 30 seconds left. Reddies are not out of the woods. Riddle picks up the ball on the baseline and can run the baseline. He goes to Marshall. Marshall is fouled by Scarillo. That is number 5 on Scarillo.
And that's also the best free throw shooter on your team if you're Henderson State, I believe.
Yeah, Marshall, 15 of 17 from the line. Smaller sample size than some other guys, but that's 88%. That's the guy you want to have at the line, your senior leader to put this game closer to its conclusion.
Great shot by Dunlap. Again, he's made some big plays here. He's been on the court the entire home stretch for Ouachita. Makes you wonder if they wish they had played him a little earlier. Didn't see the court in either of the first 2 matchups, and he has certainly looked like one of their 5 best players at times here tonight.
Yeah, Dunlap, 3 of 9, all attempts, all makes from 3-point range. So he's a sharpshooter. He likes to fire from deep. Marshall gets both free throws. Ouachita Baptist back into play. 28 seconds left. Reddies up 6. Lorenzanero crosses over, puts up the 3. It's an air ball, and that's not a great decision if you're Lorenzanero. I don't know if that's with Kobe Dunlap on the floor, I don't know if that's who you want shooting the ball.
You got to have a 3 there.
Yeah.
If it goes in, you love it. But, yeah, I think you at least try to get the guy that just drained one with a hand in his face the ball.
Riddle, arcing pass to Davenport. Last touched by Dunlap. Tigers bench doesn't like the call, but it'll stay with the Reddies. They can potentially review it, but not a lot of camera angles here in the Duke Well Center to overturn that call. Riddle to inbound. Goes to Davenport. Davenport makes the catch. Gets it back to Marshall. Marshall in the backcourt is fouled and will go back to the line for 2 more free throws. And you would think that 1 more puts this game on ice. It would be a 3-possession game with 16.5 seconds to play.
I'd say so, Cyrus. It would take just about the most miraculous comeback any of us have ever seen at that point. Give credit to Ouachita. They've fought this thing out. At one point it was 10-1 and fouls in the second half, and I'm sure they were not happy or not feeling good at that moment in time. But they really have, for the second time these teams have met out of 3 meetings, they've made this thing a dogfight to the very end. And if Quan Marshall misses this one, it's still not over. So we'll see. They've really acquitted themselves well here tonight.
Marshall gets 1 of 2. 16.5 seconds left. Reddies up 7, 82-75. Smith into the front court. Smith needs a 3, dribbled it off the foot of Quan Marshall. Will stay with the Tigers, but that is precious seconds ticking off the clock. 11.9 left for OBU, who is in danger of losing their 7th straight to the Reddies. Kane turns, faces up. Left wing 3. Won't go. It's loose underneath. Marshall has it, and the Reddies are going to win it. Henderson stayed up the court, and the buzzer sounds. The Reddies above 500 for the first time this season. HSU goes to 8-7. They beat their longtime rivals, Ouachita Baptist, 82-75. They sweep the season series. They win their 7th straight against the Tigers. First time that has been done in this series in 5 decades. The Reddies stay at 3rd in the GAC, and pending some other games, Ouachita Baptist, who came into this game 4th in the GAC East, might fall down to as low as 6th, depending on what happened in some other action. But a good hard fight for the Reddies. Choppy, sloppy game at times, but when you play a rival, you'll take it any way you can get it.
Absolutely. It's not easy to win 7 straight over anyone, much less the team right across the street, your arch rival. I just don't see that happen very often. But, I mean, that's really a great accomplishment for this program, not just this team, but the teams that came before them, to beat your rival 7 straight times. No one's done that since the early 60s, so it's been over 50 years, and it took everything the Reddies had tonight. It took a lot of free throws, but they got it done, and they're 8-7 now, and got Harding on Thursday, and then go to UAM on Saturday with a chance to close out the regular season with a flurry. They've won 3 straight games now, and Henderson State looks like they're coming together at the right time.
We'll take a break, be back with the Wendy's postgame show. You're listening to Reddies Basketball on the Henderson State Sports Network.
The Southwest Auto Collection in Arkadelphia is a proud sponsor of Henderson State Athletics. We offer the best American-made vehicles: Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. We have the largest selection and lowest prices, and we're the only dealer who'll give you tires for life with every new car you purchase. Come see the Southwest Auto Collection at 10th Street in Arkadelphia, or go online at idriveswa.com. The Southwest Auto Collection in Arkadelphia.
Follow the Reddies on social media. You can find us on Facebook at Henderson State Athletics, on Twitter at Reddy Athletics, and on Instagram at Reddy_Athletics. Don't forget to use the hashtag #NoMereBeast.
KDEL 100.9 FM and KVRC 1340 AM Arkadelphia. KZYP 1310 AM and K281CK 104.1 Malvern. KYXK 106.9 FM Gurdon.
Henderson State Ready Apparel and Souvenirs. Stop by the Ready Bookstore, located on the HSU campus in the Garrison Center. Open before every game. You can also purchase apparel and gift items under the Ready Bookstore tent during the game. The Ready Bookstore is open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday and 8 to 4 on Friday. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Ready Bookstore, or online at www.readybookstore.com. Ready Bookstore, proud supporters of Henderson State Athletics.
Welcome back to the Duke Well Center, wrapping things up on the Wendy's postgame show. Henderson State wins it 82-75 over their neighborhood rivals, the Ouachita Baptist Tigers. The Reddies improved to 8-7 on the season. First time this year the Reddies have been above 500. The Reddies have won 3 straight games, and they've won 7 straight over OBU now, as they take it 82-75. You're listening to the Wendy's postgame show. Wendy's is a proud sponsor of Henderson State Athletics. Stop by Wendy's at 3130 Pine Street after the game. Wendy's is fresh and never frozen. The Reddies led by 13 in the second half before Ouachita Baptist stormed back and tied the game 65-65, but the Reddies, the better team down the stretch. They win it 82-75, and they improved to 8-7 overall, 8-7 in both overall and conference play. Every game the Reddies have played this season has actually Yeah, every game the Reddies men have played this season, all in conference play. Henderson State led tonight by a quartet of double-digit scores. Xavier Davenport, a career-high 15 points for the X-Man. Davenport scores 15, 4 of 7 from the field, 4 of 7 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds and 2 blocks. No turnovers for Davenport. A really complete game for the Brooklyn native. Malik Riddle also finishes with 15, 5 of 7 from the floor, only 0 of 2 from 3, so he was 5 of 5 from inside the arc. Riddle 5 of 7 from the line, 4 rebounds and a block for Riddle. 14 for Raekwon Rogers. Got off to a slow start. Didn't have any points in the first 12 minutes of the ball game, but got going in a big way. Finished 5 for 7, 4 for 4 from the line, 6 rebounds, and a steal for Rogers. Damian Deere, 13 points for Deere. Deere was 11 of 12 from the free throw line, just 1 of 5 from the floor. But he'll take him any way he can get him. Deere, 4 rebounds and 2 assists for HSU. Yuri Swinford, 8 points. Not super efficient for Yuri. 2 of 7 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3, 4 of 6 from the line, 3 rebounds, 3 turnovers, a steal, and a block. Quan Marshall with 5 points, 1 for 4 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3, 3 of 4 from the line, 4 rebounds. He led all players with 6 assists for the Reddies. He also had 2 steals, which led HSU. Jeremiah Tonin with 5 points off the bench. He made his only shot, which was a half-court running 3 at the end of the first half. Tony was 2 of 6 from the free throw line, also had 6 rebounds in his first game after missing the last 2. Drake Wilkes, Tomislav Miholcic each had 2. Graham Chenault had 3 off the bench for the Reddies. Ouachita Baptist led by 26 points, a season high from Kendarius Smith. He was 10 of 18, 2 of 3 from 3, 4 of 5 from the line, and 8 rebounds. Also had 2 assists for Smith. He was as good as advertised tonight, coming into this game averaging 20 in his last 7 games. He was even better tonight. Madarius Hobson off the bench tied a season high with 19. 7 of 14 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals, and no turnovers for Hobson. He was excellent. The Tigers were plus 3 points when he was in the game, which is really saying something when your team loses by 7. Last, the third and final double-digit score for Ouachita Baptist, Leon Kalinick. They would have liked to have more of him tonight. He fouled out in 12 and a half minutes after going 5 for 5 from the field, 2 rebounds. Kobe Dunlap, 9 points, 3 of 9, all takes, all makes from 3. He also had 1 rebound and 1 assist. Lorenz Nero, 5 points, 1 of 3, 1 for 2 from 3. 2 points from Alex Garillo, 2 from Stanley, 2 from Bankston. Williams, Dunn, DJ Kane did not score for Ouachita Baptist. Henderson State shot 49% from the field, 21 of 43, 31% from 3, 4 of 13 there. The Reddies 36 for 47 from the free throw line, 2 off the school's record on free throw attempts, and if I'm not mistaken, that is the most free throws ever made by the Reddies in a game. Henderson State broke their record of 34 made free throws against Dallas Christian back on December 6th, 2017. Made 34 in that one. They made 36 tonight on 47 attempts, 77% from the line. Ouachita Baptist, 29 of 69 from the field, 42%, 8 of 25 from 3, and 9 of 12 from the foul line. Henderson State out-rebounded Ouachita Baptist 40-29. Showed you why they're one of the best rebounding teams in the GAC. The Reddies, though, had their turnover troubles resume tonight. The Reddies turned it over 18 combined times in their last 2 games. Tonight they turned it over 19 times to just 10 assists. Ouachita Baptist had 17 points off 19 Henderson State turnovers. Ouachita Baptist 12 turnovers. Henderson State had 15 points off those giveaways. Henderson State 10 assists as a team. Ouachita Baptist had 16 assists as a team. Henderson State was better in the paint just by 2, outscoring OBU 30-28. OBU was better on second chance opportunities. They had 17 second chance points to the Reddies 7. OBU outscored Henderson State 9-5 in the fast break, and Ouachita Baptist's bench outscored Henderson State's 45-25. The Reddies win it 82-75. They move to 8-7 on the year. We'll take another break and be back with more of the Wendy's postgame show on the Henderson State Sports Network.
The Southwest Auto Collection in Arkadelphia is a proud sponsor of Henderson State Athletics. We offer the best American-made vehicles: Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. We have the largest selection and lowest prices, and we're the only dealer who give you tires for life with every new car you purchase. Come see the Southwest Auto Collection at 10th Street in Arkadelphia, or go online at idriveswa.com. The Southwest Auto Collection in Arkadelphia.
What if you could help someone start a small business, make a family's dream of homeownership a reality, or even help a young child learn the importance of saving? By banking with Southern Bancorp, you're supporting your own financial journey and also families in your community dreaming of a brighter future. That's what it means when we say we're wealth builders for everyone, and we hope you'll join us in ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to build a brighter future. Stop by any of our locations or visit us on the web at banksouthern.com to learn more. Southern Bancorp, wealth builders for everyone. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to the Duke Well Center. Continuing the Wendy's postgame show here on the Henderson State Sports Network. The Reddies win their third in a row. They move to 8-7. They win their seventh straight against Ouachita Baptist. They sweep the season series, and they are now just one game back of Ouachita Baptist in the all-time series. Henderson State now 106-107 against Ouachita Baptist all time. So have a chance to tie it if the Reddies see OBU in the postseason. Joined now by Reddies head coach Jimmy Elgus. Coach, congratulations on another home victory and your third straight victory overall. Kind of an interesting game, a little choppy, a little sloppy, lots of free throws. Talk about in the second half. It seemed like it was your guards, Xavier Davenport, down the stretch, Quan Marshall, and as well as Malik Riddle seemed to do most of the heavy lifting for you guys for long periods of the game.
You know, that is interesting. It was just a very, very unique game. I don't know if I've played it or coached in a game like that, played or coached. We had, I think they scored 10 or they had 10 or 11 straight fouls at one point, and then I think they did the same thing for us. We had a couple guys fall out. They had a bunch of guys fall out, and it was really, really hard to navigate through that. You know, there's a lot of ups and downs. This is an emotional rivalry. It's late February anyway, and I'm really proud of the guys. Their composure, you know, this has been a very physical few games with these guys. And I'm proud of certain guys' just ability to walk away and to keep their composure and execute when it mattered. So, yeah, I'm really proud of them. That's a grind it out, nasty. Yeah. There wasn't anything really pretty about it.
Sure.
I'm sure you have a couple other questions. I have some more thoughts, but I'm really, really proud of the guys. They did a good job. Yeah,
it was just one of those kind of, like you said, grinded out victories, which you often see in rivalry games. Got tied 65-65. You guys were up 62-49. It kind of looked like you're cruising along there, and Rogers, gets his fourth foul. He has to come out, and there's so many foul calls. It's hard to get into the rhythm of the game. Just really end to end, it just became a kind of a foul fest. And when it was tied up 65-65, there was a timeout. Tough to recall, but do you remember what you said to the guys coming out of that 65-65 timeout, which led to a 7-0 Reddies run and kind of jump-started your or that was a lead that you never relinquished.
I think what we try to do is just get ourselves to calm down a little bit, because one of the things that you and I have spoke about is we had a bunch of turnovers in this game again. We had 19 of them.
Yeah.
And we've had 7 and 6. The last couple games didn't even have 19 in our last 2 games combined.
Yeah.
So we just try to get our guys to not turn the ball over, to be aggressive. Ouachita, because of their foul problems, went really small, which caused us to go really small, and that limits our playbook and limits our things. We decided to go big with Tom. Like everything we had to go against from a adversity standpoint, playing a small lineup, guys in foul trouble, officiating here and there, just all the things that come at you. It came, not hanging on to a lead, having Raekwon sit down. There's just a lot of things that came at us, and we just wanted to regain our composure. I think we drew something up for Raekwon. He did a great job on a tip in.
Yeah.
And we got the ball into him, and
He's our horse. He's our guy that we want to try to play off of. So, regather yourself, take care of the basketball, execute, and then we went a little offense, defense with Malik and Diggy and him, just try to match up with their 4 or 5 guards that were out on the floor.
Xavier Davenport, career high tonight, 15 points, slashed early, hit 2 threes, 4 of 7, 5 of 6 from the line, 2 rebounds, a steal, 2 blocks for Davenport, who did not turn the ball over. He's the only guy who played tonight who didn't turn the ball over. Yeah. He was also plus 22, and I know plus minus can be a little bit of a misleading stat, but plus 22, that's no joke. He falls hard. He has to hobble out of the game on Saturday. Yeah. Talk about his toughness and his composure, his leadership, and his really playmaking ability in a hard-fought game.
Yeah, he did a great job. X is one of those guys. I don't think he'll mind me telling you he's had a really hard year. He's had a hard year just with this COVID stuff and being in quarantine, and he's been separated from the team for I think 6 to 8 weeks at one point in the fall. That's a lot, Cyrus. And he's from Brooklyn. He's not from these parts, and he's just had to go through a lot of adversity. And I'm really proud of him because he's amped up everything from this year to last year. His leadership, his communication. We've had a couple really heart-to-heart meetings in the locker room as a group, and he's really taken a good job of speaking his mind and getting our guys corralled. Even tonight, he's playing with a lot of emotion.
Sure.
And had to bottle it up and not let it spill over to a technical foul or costing us points. And so X is one of those young men who is just a really quality guy, and he's a do-it-all guy for us. He's a guy that can run and jump, shoot it, make plays. And he's been through some adversity. And when you got players that have been through some adversity and just watching them grow through it and then have a pretty good game tonight like he did, it makes you really proud.
Coach, I appreciate the time. Congrats on the win. We'll see you Thursday for the final home game here at Duke Well Center as you guys welcome in Harding.
Yes, sir. Thanks a lot, Cyrus. Appreciate you.
That was head coach Jimmy Elgus. The Reddies are winners tonight, 82-75. They win their 3rd straight and get to 8-7 on the season. Final GAC scoreboard update presented by Southwest Sporting Goods. At Southwest Sporting Goods, we're proud to offer a wide selection of sporting goods to fit your needs. Call us today at 1-888-246-2311 or stop by the store at 115 South 6th Street in Arkadelphia. Obviously, the Reddies win it 82-75. Henderson State goes to 8-7 in GAC play. Harding beats Arkansas Tech 75-71. Southern Arkansas hangs on, gets a big win at Arkansas Monticello 69-62. East Central wins a tight one at home against Southeastern Oklahoma State 66-64. Southwestern Oklahoma State gets off a 4-game losing streak and beats Northwestern Oklahoma State 93-86. And Oklahoma Baptist comes back and clinches the number 1 seed in the GAC West. They beat Southern Nazarene 85-76. Henderson State winners tonight, 82-75. The Reddies rolling along as we get closer and closer to the most magical month in college basketball. We approach March. Henderson State playing some good basketball. They win tonight 82-75. They're now 8-7, and they will welcome in the Harding Bisons to the Duke Well Center on Thursday evening for the last home game of the season. So we'll see you then. The women take on Harding at 5:30. So the Domino's pregame show starts at 5:15. The men tip at approximately 7:30, and I will be on the call bringing you all the action on the Henderson State Sports Network. For David Sally and Lance Larkin back at the studio, I'm Cyrus Wittig. Thank you for listening to Henderson State Basketball.
Brookshires is proud to be a supporter of Reddies basketball. Stop by your friendly local grocery for quality, convenience, and service. Score points of your own with Brookshires Your Points, saving you on groceries and fuel. Looking to change up the game? Shop Brookshires online ordering and pickup. Get free pickup and pick up your groceries in as little as 2 hours. Score big and be the MVP this season as we cheer on the HSU Reddies.
Henderson State University is one of the most affordable universities in Arkansas, and we offer the most competitive scholarships in the state.
Our caring professors will challenge you to achieve your best potential.
With more than 90 student organizations, new residence halls, and the beautiful DeGray Lake State Park just 15 minutes away, you will find the perfect fit.